world has changed. Gone to hell, more like. It started when magic came back. The Awakening, some called it. You're rubbing elbows with orcs, elves, even trolls these days. Meanwhile, megacorps bleed the world dry one board meeting at a time. They own just about everything. But not us. We're Shadowrunners. Mercenaries, operating in the margins, working dangerous jobs for the desperate and the powerful. Being a runner takes more than skill and street smarts. You want to live long enough to get paid, you'll need a team, the right talent for the job. Maybe that's a mage, someone who can fry your enemies with deadly spells. A good decker can jack into the Matrix and bypass the toughest security without leaving a trace. Adepts, riggers, shaman, and don't forget your street samurai. Packing enough firepower and cyberware to take on a small army. Man, magic, and machine. Takes it all to survive in the shadows. Welcome to the sprawl. The world.
Hi, and welcome to Shadowrun Corporate Sins. We are here with another episode of our Runner's Adventures Through the Sixth World. Before we start, we have a few exciting announcements for you. We are going to be running another fan art contest because we love fan art. So remember to tweet your fan art at hyper_RPG. I think I just got that wrong, but that's okay. With the hashtag Shadowrun or hashtag CorpSins. And for those of you who enter, we will announce the winner most likely next week. And you may stand in the running to win a copy of the Hong Kong Shadowrun soundtracks and the other Shadowrun game soundtrack. Words are really hard tonight. All right. The other exciting piece of news that we have is that there is a second How to Play Shadowrun video. This one focuses on stabbing people and also punching people, and you can hear my best impression of Cromwell's terrible British accent. So that's pretty great. And you can find that on YouTube. So if you are wondering at any point tonight when they are doing said stabbing or punching, what the heck is going on, watch that video. It'll give you some exciting background. And on that one, if you comment or post questions in it, we will pop up and answer those questions for you. Lastly, and I'm very excited for this, is we are starting a donation for you guys to more directly influence what is happening within the game while it is going on. So for those of you who are watching, if say at some point you would like to provide a helping hand for either our players or for me, we will be taking, for a $25 donation, I will award an extra point of edge for either the players or for the NPCs. You will not hear the donation sound just so that we are not interrupting the flow of our story, but I have a lovely tablet over here that is keeping track of how much edge is coming in for each character. So again, a $25 donation will give a point of edge to any one of our players or to myself. And for those of you who don't know what edge does, edge is that exciting things where players get to do stuff like re-roll their dice when they are going to die because they're missing. They have no hits and they have a lot of misses, so they can re-roll their misses, or they can use it for dramatic monologues in the midst of combat. They can also spend edge to take their initiative turn earlier, or to add a bonus to their initiative score. So edge is a really exciting mechanism that our players are very poor in, do not have a lot of, so if you'd like to help them out, $25 donations, and let us know who you would like that point of edge to go to, and I will let them know that they have it available. So we begin our story tonight. Our players had sex.
How you doing over there?
Right!
Yeah. Wow.
Finally.
Great start.
One of us probably did. You have to guess which one.
Thanks, guys. Our players had very successfully completed the extraction mission that they had been hired by Miss J, an employee of the Draco Foundation, to complete. It has, however, been about a month or so in our game since our players have last convened for a Shadowrun as a group. They have gone off on some more individual escapades and adventures since then. So we're going to hear just a little bit about what they have chosen to do with that time. Let's start with Cromwell.
All
ready?
right. Alright, so as yous knows, I'm a butler, and I was contracted, not just by a private individual, but by the Evo Corporation themselves. This bloke on the Matrix, what's name was Paradigm Shift, what with an extra S, which was quite confusing, hired me on behalf of Evo to go down and test in a facility in the Evo Corporation, a facility made entirely of doors. They're working on some sort of new flex, a cybernetic limb, and they wanted to know how someone like me knocks through a door, so you can buy one of their products and burst through a door yourself. So I goes down to their facility, which turns out to be in Cheer 10 gear. That's Portland and most of Oregon for all you Fifth World chummers. I'll go down there, and Miss Elsie went along. I got that work done after about 3 weeks. I think they was happy. We'll see if it's coming to market. And then I met this guy. I was just out there walking in the street, minding my own business as I do. I hadn't even knocked the door down, and I had this funny feeling. I smelled a whiff of tea and crumpets, and I walked down into a small alley. And there was an old man there, what's name was Nigel Kane. He looked up at me, and I had a funny kind of feeling. He had a cane in his hand, and he challenged me to a fight. So I rush at him, and he knocks me down with just a whip of his cane. He gets back up, charges him again, and he puts his fists up, British boxing style, and knocks me to the ground again. So I'm not sure what's going on, so I asked him, can I train with you, Nigel? Can I train with you?
I don't know, Mr. Cromwell. Do you think you have what it takes to master the art?
He knew my name just like that. I don't know if I have what it takes, but I'd love to do what you can do.
So then he hands you a cane and tells you to stand and fight.
So the first few times, he knocks me down a lot, but after the weeks go on, he teaches me the fine art of Bartitsu, the British martial art, what was invented by Edward William Barton himself, the fine art of British boxing, jiu-jitsu, and cane fighting combined. I adopted those efforts, and I feel that I've improved my fighting abilities.
I'm glad you had a successful month off, Cromwell. That sounds very productive. Elsie, anything in particular you got up to?
I also went down to Cheer Tangier, but it was more of a rest and relaxation kind of thing. I hung out with a lot of elves, and I did a lot of art. So I did a lot of pottery and a lot of ink drawing and a lot of Sharpie
Did you improve
stuff.
your artwork?
Hacky sack. We played this game, Diablo. It was real good. But yeah, I met this really cool elf guy named Samuel. And I don't know, we're probably gonna stay in contact, but I don't know, it's fine.
Super cash.
Yeah.
Super cash.
Super cash. I don't know, we hang out and did Sharpie stuff together.
Oh, is that what they're calling it these days?
Yeah.
Fang, how was your month off?
Amazing! So, Fang decided to get a little bit more experience with the Shadowrunning. She took up a couple jobs that just tested with strength. I gotta kick some people out of a bar, and I also gotta punch some dudes, and I gotta steal a package from someone's doorstep. Throughout that entire process of these small jobs, she just kept hearing, "You're a pretty scary looking bloke," but not the bloke part, because Fang's not a bloke, and then Fang has to explain that these are breasts, not other things else.
Not just
Anyway.
really shapely pecs.
Yeah, shapely pecs. Going back.
Different
And
augments.
different augments. So then Fang just went to her room and looked at that mirror and was like, "You are intimidating. You got a scary tooth. Rawr. Rawr." And she got a little bit good at getting scary.
Excellent. And mainframe.
Well, it was a busy month. I had to do a lot of repairs on the vehicle. What is the going rate for windshields these days?
Like 1,000 New Yen or something. I mean, it depends on how much your vehicle cost. I'm sure you managed it. You probably negotiated. You seduced your way into a.
I'm very well known with the mechanics locally. You know, I am an enthusiast myself, and I'm reasonably
A mechanic
trained.
enthusiast.
I'm an enthusiast of all kinds. I don't discriminate. The vehicles, the mechanics, it's fine. I helped a couple people out. I have a soft spot for folks who are trying to liberate themselves from situations much like Nassim's. I obviously, as myself, I'm not running in from the ceiling, dropping from the ceiling, physically extracting them, but there are things you can do to assist folks in building a new life for themselves. And so I do a little bit of that. Some money, and some is pro bono, paying it forward. And then in my free time, I went back to Blast from the Past, one of my favorite haunts, and they were having a dance contest, like a big one with like rounds and semifinals and that kind of stuff. And
Old school DDR.
I don't mean to brag, but I took home the championship 90s dance champion for this quarter at the bar, at the Matrix bar, Blast from the Past. I'm very proud. It was a little bit, it was inspired by a melange of 90s dances, like there was some cabbage patching, and there was some hammer moves with the, briefly changed my avatar to the
Care
hammer
to demonstrate one of your favorite moves?
Oh, yeah, I would love to. Do we have cameras that do that here? Oh, yeah. All right. Well, there's like a little bit of this. You start out, you get yourself warmed up, and there's this stuff. And then, you get a little bit of like the retro flash dance stuff. And you flash your brain around a little bit. And then, one of the things that was very popular in the day was the Macarena. So, you've got that thing kind of going on. That blew everyone's minds. It was very simple at times.
I mean, people haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, so that was,
Seductive
I think
dance.
that's what won it for me, was that awareness of, the stuff. Yeah, so.
Excellent. So after your completion of your dance contest, we shall travel to a distant woodland area to find out what has happened to our long-lost dwarf, to Dwarf Mordecai, who has left Team MMFEC.
Yes. Well, after leaving the group, I felt like I needed to get away from the city, so I headed out east, out through the Redmond Barrens, and traveling along the Snoqualmie River, following Sharkey away from the pollution, out past Fall City, and across the Seattle border into Salish territory, and stopping and making camp out by Snoqualmie Falls. Out there, the water is clean and the air is crisp. I don't know why Sharky has brought me out there. He knows I'm upset about so many botched jobs and nearly dying at the hands of Venus's crew that I'm ready to quit Shadowrunning for good. He doesn't seem interested in addressing it, though. The astral plane out there is thick with vegetation. Sharky is showing me the auras of them. With his guidance, I'm beginning to notice the patterns I haven't paid attention to before, the weaving of astral threads. They're making sense to me, and as I learn to interpret them, I gain the Arcana skill. When I'm thirsty, I go to drink from the river, and for the first time in ages, I see my reflection in the water. I see the words, "You are important," written on my forehead. I don't know how they got there, and Sharky isn't telling me. I want to shrug it off as a cheap joke by bullies, but it gnaws at me and it makes me angry because I know I'm not important and I'm not supposed to be important. I try to wash it off, but it's stuck there somehow. I can't buy the waterfall for days and then weeks. The words eventually fade from my forehead, whatever magic that was holding there, finally dissipating. I've never been one to meditate, but it's relaxing out here. I become more and more attuned to the auras around me, from the trees and the squirrels to the fish and the algae that are in the water. And when I think I can't make out anything tinier, I am able to go tinier still with all of the details just further and further down, and just when it shouldn't be possible to go any further, that is when I manage to do so, and I catch my first brief glimpse of the metaplanes that exist beyond the astral world. And the metaplanes flood my senses and threaten to overwhelm me entirely. They stretch into infinity and are horrific and wonderful and entirely beyond my comprehension. It's like living in a world that was drawn in black and white, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you can see color, and the colors are screaming at you. A fraction of a second goes by, but it feels like forever, and I immediately snap back to my body. But feeling strange new power from my first grade as an initiate in the world of magic. And it's now that Sharky speaks to me in images. He wasn't able to protect me from Venus's crew, and he's sorry about that. But he knows that it's not the dying that I'm truly afraid of, but of being important to other people and the fear and the loneliness that inevitably brings. Loneliness always hurts less when you choose it for yourself. It would be easy to quit, but there's still more work for me to do, and I need to go back. Sharky is being enigmatic about this, but he tells me that he's helping me to become stronger because things are going to get harder from here and I need to be stronger in order to face them. With my initiation, he's taught me how to access the quickening meta magic, which lets me infuse my spells and buffs with my own karma to permanently sustain them. It's a powerful ability, but will create new challenges for me as I use it, as I risk become more visible on the astral plane and must take care to protect the spells that I've quickened. So I will quicken 2 spells. I'm going to quicken an increase charisma at force 12. And I'll spend edge to do rerolls as well.
Mordecai feels that the universe has spoken to him and told him that his edge is free of cost. Thank you, universe.
And so that goes up by 4 as long as the spell remains sustained. And also I'm going to do an increase intuition. That also goes up by 4 for as long as the spell is sustained. And yeah, so I cast the spells and I can see the weave in them, and it seems almost straightforward to weave my karma into them so that they cycle into themselves and become self-perpetuating. And then I rest because I've taken an awful lot of drain. But I have time to recover from it, so I do, before heading back to the city.
Upon the return to the city, after about a month has passed, you are contacted once again by Miss J, who sends a message saying, I hope you are all doing well, and I have another job for you if you are interested. Meet me at the Rapid Rabbit tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Well, Miss Elsie,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You can try your new skills.
They're not skills. They're majestic fighting abilities. They transcend skills. They're more special than skills.
I send a
They're
message.
British skills.
I send a message to Fang, seeing if she would like to get a drink prior to the meeting, since it's such a reasonable time of day, not at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m.
11 a.m., I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Is Fang interested in...
Fang is. Her hair has gone out a little bit longer, so.
Yeah, this is
Like a
nice.
little, yeah. A little bit. Just like now, instead of like 1 inch, it's like 2 inches. There's a little at the front. It just goes back.
Is your Fang sharper, or is that just me?
No, it's just you. I did, however, get a dentist.
Really? Really?
Yeah,
For the one tooth.
just for the. I mean, there's other teeth, but there's one that's visible. Yeah.
Moving up in the world.
Yeah,
Next
well-
thing you know, you'll have like a cardiac surgeon or whatever.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, I mean, I got a bae. I got a bae who can hook me up with some new surgery.
I wouldn't call them a bay.
No, they're not one. But
Mainframe's idea of Bay is very different, and she's like,
Mainframe doesn't know that. Do I have to lie? Do I have to roll a lie?
You're fine. At the Rapid Rabbit, you are all once again kindly greeted by Oz, less kindly greeted by Molly, except Elsie, who gets some free fries.
I've got an entire a bag of door fragments from the Evo Corporation, the ones I tested with, and I drops them off for Oz, and I says, "All right, chum, there's probably like 10 doors worth here, thanks to Evo."
Thank you, Cromwell. We fixed the door a while.
You can make a sculpture.
It's great. Great. It's great.
Art.
Great.
I bet the troll is strong enough that he can just push them all together.
And make a diamond.
Or a diamond.
What?
I was just thinking making a door. You could just get it wet, and then it's like paper, right? You have to hold it.
Doors are wooden diamonds.
Hi, everyone.
Isn't that glass?
Mordecai,
Hey there.
welcome back. We weren't sure if you were gonna make it.
What?
I wasn't sure either. No.
You can't just leave, come back, leave and come back.
He only did the once so far.
It
does
felt
not-
like twice.
Well, I have something I'd like to say with regards to that. How do I put this? I'm a very powerful person. Magic is rare enough as it is in our world, and mine is fierce. I should have clients lined up around the block to employ me, but I don't. I've spent at least the last year or so just basically taking whatever pity job I can. Shadowrunners don't like to work with me. I get upset, I get angry, I make bad decisions, I put the job at risk. When we first met here, I was actually hiding out in the bathroom. I was just casting spells on myself just to try to steal up the courage to ask the bartender for yet another favor. Working with the four of you felt like I had hit rock bottom. I resented all of you, frankly. I should not, as a wizard as powerful and experienced as I am, I should not be having to work with a bunch of inexperienced people who have tendencies to be so unprofessional. At least that's how I felt. But I actually had it backwards. This is actually the luckiest I've been in a long time, getting the opportunity to work with you people. And if anything, it should be I should be the one that's asking you not to leave, which is why I will continue to offer you my magical services if you will have them.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. The bottom rock's the biggest one. Or picks him up in a giant bear hug.
Oh, God! Ugh. Do I have to resist damage?
I don't know. How bear hug? Is this like a Paddington bear hug? Or just
Or remembers the teaching of Nigel Kane, and I...
Be gentle, Cromwell. You do not strike hard unless you must.
It is the embrace of the mother bear before the cub is 3 and must be chased from the cave.
I don't know what any of that means, and I'm more than a bit uncomfortable about it, but okay.
That's a lot to process. That was...
The first part. Oh.
Yeah, it was the most backhanded compliments
Yeah.
I've had in a really long time, which I suppose it speaks to your power, the ability to deploy such a backhanded compliment. But, may I have your consent to touch his shoulder?
Sure.
It's good to have you back.
Unprofessional is French for one professional.
On that note,
Wait, so which one of us is the professional?
Miss J walks through the Rapid Rabbit. She doesn't really acknowledge you, but continues up the stairs, kind of in the usual pattern. Her entourage is recognizable as ever. And you also, Elsie, Fang, and Mainframe all feel an infusion of luck from the universe. If perhaps for one brief moment in time, they may have some additional edge to spend in the next little while.
$4.
For now. For now.
Fleeting.
Oh, as does Fang.
Oh! Well then okay.
Fang's banking it up there. She's got 2.
Well, shall we?
Let's go.
I think Miss Johnson needs to check her eyesight. She walked right past us and didn't even see us yet.
Oh, she saw us. She just did not acknowledge us, as is her wont.
She might be so great and powerful that she doesn't merely work with us.
I think she's just afraid that we might bear hug her in front of us.
Just be careful what you say around her. She is actually quite powerful.
Really?
Well, we shouldn't talk about it now. We'll talk later.
Okay. Up we go.
Do it.
Hi, Mrs. J.
Hi, Elsie. How are we all doing? I'm glad to see all of you here.
We are well rested, thank you.
I'm excited to offer you another potential position run, I should say, with the Draco Foundation if you're interested.
We like them.
We'd love to hear it.
Good to know. Fang, I'll be honest, unconcerned with your opinion towards them. Excellent. So, Miss Josephine Jugashvili has been receiving... So, would you like me to spell that for you?
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent.
Okay.
Wait for this. DZHUGASHVILLI.
I got about half of that.
One more time.
Jugashvili.
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 DZHUGASHVILLI.
Can we just call her Zzz?
I
Let's
do
call
not
her
believe she will be
Josephine.
partial to that. I would call her Miss Jugashvili.
Yeah.
Jugashvili.
Jugashvili.
Has been receiving some threats from an unknown organization or persons, and they are going to be holding a upcoming fundraising event for their potential political aspirations, and we would like you to provide some additional protection for that event. We are, as of yet, not fully aware of what the nature of the potential threat would be, so certainly that would be within your prerogative to uncover some of that information. And we're prepared to offer you 5,000 new yen for your services.
So she wants a diffusion of the
She is unaware of this hiring. The Draco Foundation is invested in her continued survival. Some of the sponsors of her campaign, we would rather her not die at her own fundraising event. So if there is a plausible threat, your job would be to prevent it from being one.
So this sounds like a two job. One, we gotta keep her alive, which is super important for anyone. Two, we have to stop this mystical, magical, invisible matrix force that might or might not exist.
Mainframe, do you want to explain it or should I?
I did it! It's this, right?
As long as she feels that she's got a group, we will handle the rest later.
Okay.
left out.
Just wanted to clarify her understanding of the Matrix.
You left out 3. This is a very nice campaign, I suppose, and I imagine you'd like noise and messiness kept quite discreetly, right?
Certainly, that is why we are choosing to hire runners, as opposed to alerting more official authorities. Anyone who has Seattle street knowledge, politics knowledge, something related to that, can go ahead and give a knowledge roll to see if they recognize her name. Anyone who is alive or in Seattle about 5 years ago could also do a knowledge roll. 1. You two do not you definitely have no idea who she is. You
Okay.
don't recognize her name. Both of you know that Josephine Drugishvili ran against Mayor Brackenhaven in the last governor election. Gubernatorial? Is that the word for governor election?
Gubernatorial.
Gubernatorial. Thank you.
I'm in charge of pronunciations in this group.
That mayor.
Brackenhaven. Brackenhaven.
Brackenhaven!
How many?
He's not a mayor. He's the current governor of Seattle, because Seattle's essentially a state full of different cities. So he is the governor of Seattle, and Josephine Drugishvili ran against him in the last campaign and had to withdraw prior to the actual election from happening. There was a lot of smear campaigns that happened against her. So it's sort of interesting that she would be choosing to potentially run again.
So this is
The
the
governor.
same role?
All of you know that the gubernatorial election is happening in 2078, so in about a year.
Oh, this is where people are starting to pick up the pace.
I say, so Mrs. J, when is her fundraiser?
Oh, you have 1 week. It's happening a week from today. The fundraiser is in the evening, so not exactly a week, just to be clear. The event starts at 7 p.m. or doors open. The Draco Foundation would be able to provide you with 2 official invitations and passes to go to the event. However, we would not provide that to all of it. We suggest you utilize them wisely as to who would be entering as an official attendee. It is intended for those of influence and capital.
Duly noted. And now, where is this location taking place? Where is this fundraiser taking
The
place?
Seattle Town Hall.
Seattle Town Hall. And when you say 5,000 New Yen, is that as a group or individual?
Individually.
So, just to be clear, you want us to be quiet, and you only want to send the pretty ones in, and you want us to murder anything that gets in the way. This is
That is
ridiculous.
an interesting summary, Fang. I am not personally opposed to any of you entering, but the individuals who do the security checks at the front might be. It is more of a cautionary suggestion rather than a direct command. I would appreciate you being quiet. Obviously, if necessity demands it, I understand. Your payment would simply be contingent on Miss Drugishvili's survival of the event, and if in such case that something does happen, escorting her to a safe location.
I would like to see whatever evidence you have of the threat against her.
Certainly.
Investigate it.
We would. I recommend any potential investigations you would like to do beforehand. Knowledge is power in the 6th world. So, assuming you are taking this mission, our parameters are agreeable, or would you like some time to talk?
I might like a little more New Yen for something like this, something this big.
It's a lot of responsibility.
So, I think what's agreeable for us is 5,000 New Yen for the search and discovery of the threat against her, and another additional 2,000 New Yen apiece for the actual protection of her at the event, should it need to happen.
A negotiation.
Do it. Do it. Fang needs a new pair of legs.
Use your edge.
Use your edge.
Use your.
Yeah. Do you want to use some of that?
I will use some of that beautiful,
That money edge.
So re-roll your.
Oh, just re-roll.
Just
the ones you
re-roll the
did.
hits.
Right.
No,
The
it's
misses.
The
If you're
misses.
using it for this, you
Oh,
roll
yeah,
your misses.
yeah. So many dice. Do what I can.
Interesting that you should wait. Never mind. That is agreeable to the Draco Foundation. It will be 7,000 each for the completion, assuming you do your initial upfront research. Given this extra New Yen, I suggest you be extra discreet and prepared, like a good corpse scout.
I want to push. We need fancy clothes. For
That
not
is-
me.
That is up to you to determine how best to enter this event.
One question. It sounds like the Draco Foundation is not providing the safe location. That's on us.
Oh, if something should happen,
Yes.
Ms. Chigashvili does have some of her own security. You would likely need to liaison with her people for where they would like her to go in the event that something should happen. We're providing extra security. You will not be the only individuals there to protect the event.
So the safe location's not up to MMFEC to provide.
Is her security aware of our involvement?
No.
All right.
Do we want them to know?
I would say no at this point because what if someone on her security is the threat?
Dun dun dun.
Are astute.
Smart thinking, kid.
May we know the name of the company to ensure that she doesn't have a double agent in her force?
As from what we know, the security is being provided by Eagle Security.
Equal security, thank you.
They're a security corporation within the Seattle Metroplex. I will also be sending you mainframe copies of the threats that we have. Unfortunately, I traced them back. They are directly tied to burnout comlinks, so it is your investigation may yield something, but I have done some initial digging and they were less promising than I would have hoped.
Can you get us a dossier on all of her security?
No. I do not know who will be hired. It is a corporation. They will send their employees as they wish. You may be able to uncover that information.
I'll see what I can do.
I do appreciate how much you try and get it out of me, though.
Well, I have to, right?
She like smiles and shakes her head. Sassy student. Excellent. Is there anything else you wish to ask of me? If not, I have another meeting to go to.
You have another group of runners that isn't us?
Oh my god, thanks.
I thought we were her favorites.
She didn't necessarily say we weren't, but let's not put any words in her mouth.
I didn't even say what my
God.
meeting was for. You're adorable.
God, if we're her favorites, then I pity everyone else.
Listen, there's a lot of rocks in the sea, but as Mordecai said, we're rock bottom, so have faith in that.
Oh, that's what you meant.
On that note,
Thank you so much for your time. We
stay
look
in
forward to
contact,
working with you.
And she'll also send over, and I will send you the information. So she exits out the room, and you get a little bleep on your comm link. You get information to the ticketing and like a coupon code for entering into the ticketing, and then you realize if you look into it, you're gonna also have to register it to a SIN for the tickets to the event. And then you also get a set of kind of like a collection of comlink messages that had been sent over as well, and I can, as you look, if you want to investigate them, I can give you some more specifics about what they contain.
All right. Well, she has sent the files as promised. I can do a little bit of digital recon on my own here. We've got a week. We also know we've got the Eagle Security. I don't know if anybody's got any contacts there or if they can work some meet space relationships to get more information about those assignments.
Fang, do you know anybody that would be working there? Maybe
I don't know. I don't think he's working there, but I do know someone who used to work a beat in that area.
I've got contacts. My contact Maris, she's a tea vendor. She provides fine teas to all upper class establishments within the Seattle Metroplex. She might be able to find information on the venue. In addition, I'd add on something of a cook. I could perchance try to find a position or create an opening if we want to have someone else on the inside.
Well, that's an interesting idea we should pursue. I'm going to let you guys figure out some of the details while I just take a preliminary look at the threats.
Let's go with intuition and logic, and then you can add your analytical bonus.
All right, then.
I don't know. What do you think she meant by, like, send the appropriate?
You're so young. What do you think she meant?
Well, it seems clear to me.
Why don't you go first, Big Papa?
Well-
You are so good at things.
It has to be Wait, what was that supposed to mean?
So
You were
Mainframe
explaining.
is doing her digging into the messages, and she kind of notices like they were sent from. You can't trace them back. Whatever comlink they were is sent from is dead. But you start noticing some patterns. Specifically, there's a lot of references to anger over Proposition 23, which was the proposition that was passed to build the Orc Underground or to establish the Orc Underground as an official district. And there's also specifically multiple uses of the slur Trog. And then there is one message out of the group that was signed off TK.
And then I would know, did Proposition 23 pass or fail?
Yes, the Orc Underground is a district within Seattle to some people's happiness and other people's frustration.
So it is reasonable to assume that people upset about this are not fans of trolls.
Yes. Or orcs.
Or orcs. All right. So I shared that information with the group. Well, it gives us a reasonably good start on a motive.
Yeah.
Do we know of any grassroots efforts against the Orc Underground? Does this ring any bells for you?
I'd like to roll. I got some orc politic knowledge
Yeah, for sure.
to see what kind of groups are really against orcs.
You also have law enforcement, right?
Yeah, but I wanted to do the orc politics
Add a
first.
bonus for your law enforcement.
Oh.
Add another die.
When you can be the normal group, like humanists and all them, but
So when we sort of dig into the recesses, like there's the groups like Humanists, which are very like they're clubs that are against orcs and trolls. There's also the Troll Killer Gang, which specifically also hates trolls and orcs and generally murders metahumans quite liberally.
Did you say troll killer? Because one of these messages was signed TK.
Ah! Okay, looks like we got a, what's it called? What we call it?
Suspect.
Suspect, I should know, in the police
suspect.
business. I've
Yeah.
done this before.
It's fine. It's a rarely used term.
Yeah, we never use the word suspect. We always call them perps.
Ah.
Yeah, we call them perps.
Right.
So, the Troll Killer gang would probably like to see Breckenhaven stay in power,
Yeah.
and I am assuming that Jigasavili.
Try it.
Jugashvili.
Josephine.
Jugashvili.
That's probably
Dugashvili.
Let's be honest. That's why she wasn't
Dugashvili.
elected.
Yeah, I know,
It's because you
right.
can't say her name.
Well, let's make sure about that. I mean, what is this lady's politics anyway?
Good question.
He's in support of the Orc Underground. Is there any?
You legitimately have not looked into
Can we
her
do
at
a
all.
matrix? Can I just do a quick matrix check of like?
It would be a computer plus logic.
I mean,
I
do
was
that for you if you want.
I was around back then. I just like to do a memory test to see what
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
And is she metahuman?
Well, you'll have to do a check. I think. You got something.
Let's see what the high roller over there gets. 2. All right. She is a human, but the campaign that she ran back in the previous election was definitely a more populist campaign, kind of liberal in terms of acceptance of metahumans, and she has worked with the Orc Rights Committee and furthered along their policies. So she definitely was pro Proposition 23 and getting the Orc Underground as to be part of the Seattle, be their own district within Seattle.
I like her.
Yes, more of a direct opposition to Brackenhaven, who was Brackenhaven's position has been kind of shaky since that passed because no one wanted it to pass, and it did. And by no one, I mean the people who have money and power.
Yeah.
I mean, the underground's been there forever. The orcs moved in, they took it out. They got in a little fight with the Stumpies down there, and the doors got kicked out, but they mostly still gets along. I can't think it's the doors, most likely. Troll killers, right. I tried to join them once, misunderstood the name. I thought they was trolls what was killers, and by killers I thought they just meant very cool trolls. Turns out wasn't the case, interview didn't go well, several doors got broken.
Well, we're so glad you survived that trial. That sounds stressful.
That's number 1 on your bad interview list. I like your job now though.
Oh, it's not number 1, trust me on that one.
So, does anyone know where the troll killers are situated? Because if I could get near them, I could start snooping on some communications, and that seems like a nice way to gather some more intelligence.
I got a guy who's been working the beat for a real long time. He moved from Lone Star. He's now at the current control of Metroplex, and I'm pretty sure he knows what's up. I can go check in with him. He works night, so I'll just wake him up with a cup of soy calf and a good knock on the door.
I also just have knowledge of Seattle neighborhoods, so depending on how secretive they are, I may simply know. 4 hits.
They tend to be in the downtown area, which is a pretty big region. They don't really operate in the other regions within Seattle, but that doesn't narrow it down too much in terms of where you're most likely to find them.
I know they're mostly downtown.
How about, I don't suppose there would be any interest for troll killers in Winther's little black digital book of magic.
You can give a computer and logic a search.
I'd like to head down to Beth's and talk to my old friend Merc.
Great.
But before any of us depart, I'm gonna wait for you, Mainframe 3.
There doesn't seem to be. It's kind of light on the gangs and more heavy on the people who pay money for things.
It's fine.
Mainframe 3, I need your consent for something.
Wow. That is very non-specific, but I trust you, so I'm gonna consent to your vague thing.
Thank you. I'm going to attempt to cast influence on Mainframe, and I just want to plant the idea in her head. It would be a good idea for us all to go talk somewhere where we won't be snooped on by any electronics.
What?
And so I got 4 hits, and if she's not going to resist it, I guess it
I don't.
is that.
You
I
get
said
this,
consent. I mean,
the sound of Mordecai's voice in your head.
holy
A feeling,
shit!
like a feeling like we should go somewhere.
How did you?
There aren't electronics.
Don't just
Oh,
don't just.
all right. Hey guys, let's go down to the water.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Water sounds great.
Ice cream there.
Yeah,
Don't
That's
lie.
a place that people go when they are being nonchalant.
Okay, before or after we meet our people?
Now, apparently.
Okay.
I'm very inspired to go to the water right now.
Sounds like a good plan.
Can we get in the car?
Yes,
Van?
you can get in the van. There are some rules about the van. One is which is that you wrote MFEC on it once. We do not need it written on again.
Well, what about the outside? I didn't get to the outside.
No, we did. That would be advertising. And
Which
when
is-
we are being stealth is not desirable.
But when we're not stealth, we need a lot
We should be
more.
being stealth. Whenever we are not being stealthy, we should stop and stop being stealthy. That's just a general rule for Shadowrunning.
I'm just saying, this guy over here says we need better. Oh, I'm the best magician ever. We need better jobs. So it looks like we need a PR.
That's fine. I'm happy to post to some forums for you if you want advertising.
Yeah.
Just not my van.
Okay.
That's a rule. Otherwise, we don't ride in the van.
But you do have to write in the advertising. You have to mention me.
I'm not saying I was the best magician ever. I was just trying to unburden some of my feelings.
You legitimately said you were powerful. I mean, you ran for.
I am powerful.
I said legitimately.
I think you guys are getting distracted from. Oh, my ballistic shield! I wondered where I left it. It's right here in the van.
Right.
You pull the van up by the pier.
We walk slowly down the pier as a group.
Till you're kind of like out towards the water. You sense there's a fair amount of noise. The matrix is a little fuzzy.
We all sit along, like our legs dangling
Yeah.
off the side of the pier, just kind of arranged
Nice.
almost like we are here.
I got an ice cream cone.
got ice
It's
cream.
vanilla. It's vanilla.
I cleaned my gun.
You guys just need to be careful around Miss J because she's a technomancer.
No, you mean Mrs. J?
It's Miss. She's Miss.
Unless
she got married during the month.
Yeah, she.
Yeah, but she's like, oh.
Oh my god.
Sorry, technomancer.
Oh my God.
No, I totally heard what you said.
old?
I totally heard what you said, technomancer.
But that's from some serious. She's a technomancer?
Wait just a minute here. Cromwell pulls out his non-directional jammer, his new one, and turns it on after using the wireless capabilities to exclude everyone in the group from its capabilities. A technomancer?
How did you find that out?
I caught it off of her astral signature.
Well, that explains a couple of things.
Well,
Like how
that-
she ever got that message to you in the first place.
Look, it's not a huge deal, but it's just important for all of you to be aware that if there's anything electronic, she can probably be aware of what it is we're doing and saying and things like that.
Well, do we trust her enough to do the job, I mean?
Well,
Enough to do the job.
we do the job.
If she was gonna do something to us, she would have done it by now. She would have done it when she wouldn't have brought us back in the first place. Half of us were dead.
This is just for your information, and don't let her find out that we know either.
Well,
It's a shame. I'm very excited about this, kind of just professionally. I mean, I have so many questions that I cannot ask her about just all of it.
Mainframe 3, you're gonna have to contain it.
I'm-
Technomancers don't like to be found out.
I know, and I'm not going to ask her. That's why I'm being excited now, so that later I can be very, constrained and withdrawn about it. But that's kind of amazing.
What exactly does a technomancer do?
thank you.
Everything I do, but magically.
Oh.
It's not magic, they aren't magic. It's not the same thing.
They have an innate ability with computers and the Matrix, and
They don't need a cyber deck.
So the car that was driving itself, like that?
That could have been somebody with the cyber deck, but she would not need one necessarily. She could just
Should we be afraid
think
of her?
about it.
We should be careful.
Well, how are we going about this mission anyway? I thought my part would be going down, trying to find out information about the venue, and I'll ask about my old friend Merc about the troll killers as well. Maybe get a location that trolls are avoiding.
I'll go talk to my friend.
I can go scout out the venue as well.
I'll do some digital reconnaissance until I get a location, but then I want to actually go where we believe we'll find them.
Let's start with you looking at the tickets and all of that information. Like, you have some legitimate stuff, so computer and logic.
I assume that we're parting ways on the dock
can-
and the pier.
We're done here. That's all I wanted.
That was very with the whispering. It was very intimate. I don't even know how to describe that. It was very different.
Well, that's why I asked permission. I don't want it to be awkward.
Right. What did you mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Last week when you said that explains it. What did you mean?
That's not important.
It is important. It is important to me. It was a very vulnerable thing I did last week. Telling you guys the truth about myself.
Well, why did you do
a month
that?
ago, but
Oh, that's a month ago. It feels like just last week because it's been coming up in my head over and over again. Should I have done that? Was that a mistake? Why did I do it? Partially because I was jacked up on 2 stim patches at the time and I couldn't think of anything better to do. But probably because I trust you guys also for some strange reason. Do I have a reason to doubt that trust? What did you mean?
No, you don't have any reason to doubt that trust. It's nothing. Look, I don't want.
Are you
to talk
prejudiced against elves? Is
I'm
that
not
what-
prejudiced against elves. Elves are fine. They're very nice.
I don't think I've ever heard you use that word before. Yeah, very nice.
Elves are nice. Nice, nice, nice.
so let's. Do you guys part ways, or are you gonna stay while you look up the ticketing?
If I'm out in noiseness, I probably wouldn't stay there.
Let's not get too many lines of investigation in. We don't want to tip our hat.
That makes sense.
You doubting my stealthiness
I mean,
over there?
Not you.
Infiltration is currently literally just looking at the legitimate ticketing website for how you're going to gain entry to this event, and what does the event say about itself?
No, I'm all for that. I'm saying all 5 of us don't need to run about all rat-like and run around the city. We've got a couple of objectives. 2 things at a time.
Okay.
All right. I assume this is matrix perception or things,
Yeah,
or I
nature
don't.
search. It's computer and logic.
That's smart.
All right, come at me.
Higher.
Good job, guys.
So when you go onto the ticketing website, you see it's pretty clear. You have like the code for 2 passes. You'll need to register them to a SIN, and it does also very explicitly say no weapons. All participants will be subject to a security screening, and it is a black tie event. There's like a little bit at the bottom that catering dinner is provided by New Soya Catering.
Did you say New Soylent?
New Soya.
Soya. All right. Well, I passed that information on to Cromwell. This New Soya, does that ring a bell for you, Cromwell?
Does it? I've got cooking knowledge.
Probably
I've got
not,
cooking
right.
abilities. Not
Well,
really.
if you're looking to get a job as a sous chef for this thing, New Soya is where you're gonna need to look. And no weapons in this thing, so anybody who's looking to have fun doesn't want to go to the party, if you know what I'm saying.
We should probably also investigate the catering company. They could be trying to get at her through there.
Yeah, that's very true. Poisonings have happened before in this very town, from what I hear. Great. Is there anything else I should look at? No.
No, that's until you get some more specifics. I mean, you know where it is. It's going to be this.
I'm very
town
impressed
hall.
with the invitations. I mean, they're well done. The typography
Oh, it's
is nice.
beautiful. It's like
it's just like a little shimmer, which is hard to do. I mean, it's clearly a classy event.
yeah, it's like a 3. It was a very VR like a sort of a VR experience. You know,
If you
felt
like put your
thoroughly
hand
immersed.
through it, then it's all like gloved and stuff, which
Yeah.
is really cool. Like opera gloves.
Yeah, it's
very
black tie.
Yeah,
It's black tie.
So,
You do know where the event location is, so I don't know if you want to
Seattle
come
City.
back to Seattle City.
Yeah, we knew.
Seattle Town Hall.
We knew that. We
were told
listened.
that. Did you?
Yeah.
How do you say her name?
It's not a very big venue.
There's a Hufflepuffville.
Perfect. All right, Cromwell.
All right, Miss Elsie, would you like to come have some pancakes?
Yeah? Where are we going?
Down to Beth's. First thing is to visit my old friend Merc.
Okay.
Cromwell.
Oh, Merc, how's it going?
Are you here for an omelet, or are you just here for? Are you breaking a few eggs?
I like to start with the omelet and break the eggs at the same time.
That makes perfect sense. Is this the Elsie I've heard about?
Right, this is the Miss Elsie. She's all right for a little piggy.
Oh, she's a sweetie. Go sit over by the bar. They'll fix you up with some hash browns.
All right, Merc. Here's what's going on. I've got a bit of a job. Turns out one of the threats might be the troll killers.
Oh, do not get involved with the. You already did that once, Cromwell. You
I
know how
should
that
have
worked
listened
out.
to what you said, but
I tried to tell you, they were not a gang of trolls who were really cool. They are humans who murder trolls and orcs, and sometimes dwarves and elves.
I found that out. Or at least I found out that's what they tried to do.
Cromwell.
All right, listen, I'm not trying to get a job with them. I'm trying to stop them, and mainly I'm trying to stay out of their sight. So, what's the areas that trolls are supposed to avoid?
Didn't you go find them once?
Well, they set up an interview, but I reckon it wasn't exactly their headquarters.
Well, you remember that I sent you down to just south of downtown, right? Near Soto.
Right, and so that's actually where they're located?
Well, you mean you find them all over, but it's a skeezy part of town.
Well, I suppose so.
I don't know where their base is. I'm a troll.
Right, but you stay out of Soto. That's the word?
Well, that is a place where you find sketchy people.
All right. And if do we know any of our kind who might have had a run-in with them, who might have a more specific location?
They certainly aren't telling me.
All right, then. Well, thanks, Merc. Here's a tip.
You're paying for those hash browns, right?
Well, yeah.
Good. Have a good night. I gotta get back to work.
After that, we'll head off to Maris.
All right. Tell me about Maris.
Maris is an old British woman who works in Pike Place Market. She sells fine teas, and she sells them to the finest establishments in Seattle. And she and I have a pretty good connection. She's pretty loyal to me.
Oh, hello, Cromwell. Are you here for some more tea? Already run out of your finest English breakfast.
Ran out a long time ago, I'm afraid, but, I can't get enough of it, Maris. You have anything new in?
Yes, well, so we have a red tea from the Aztec Knology Corporation. They have decided to dip their hand into the tea-making business. It's not great. I can't recommend it. I suggest you go more with the staple rubus from the tea harvesters in India.
All right, yeah, I'll take a rooibos. It's not caffeinated, but I'll do always.
There's a lovely vanilla flavor.
Vanilla, then. I'll definitely try a few sachets of that.
Excellent. That would be 30 million.
Right, there's that right there. And I have a question.
Yes, well, please, continue.
Do you know anything about New Soya? They're a catering company. I'm looking to make a contact with them.
I've heard of them. They are a local catering company. I think they came in to buy some standard teas to provide for their events that they host. I can't say I thought very highly of them.
Well, I wouldn't either if I were you. I know you got high standards and all that.
I don't think highly of anyone, though, Cromwell. You know that, right?
Oh, I don't. But if you have any contacts who might know him, right, if you could say something, make a little contact like that.
Well, you see, Cromwell, I certainly had to let me remember.
Would you be willing to recommend Cromwell as a tea expert on your behalf?
Well, I can put you in contact with my contact at New Soya. You see, they went through, the standard chat. You don't need to know about that. You can talk to Natalie Portman. She seemed lovely. Didn't have any hair, though. Didn't understand that one.
All right, I'll talk to her. And if you could put in a recommendation for me, Maris, I'll make sure they come to you next time they want to buy some of the nicest teas.
Well, you should probably bring a few more samples with you if you would like to suggest it to a fine tea retailer.
Oh, I'll take them samples.
Excellent. I suggest you take this proper sample pack. It is only 100 million and it has my finest selection of the finest teas. This side of the universe.
We'll give you 50 for it.
Negotiation. My dear, you know nothing of tea. And you may not speak to the quality. These are the finest tea leaves that are considered proper by the King of England himself. I would have been selling tea to them, but no, I had to come to America.
Right.
Come to UCAS. Could have sold tea to the king.
The king's dead, Maris. He's been dead for a while. There's a queen now.
Well, it may be part of... Take your tea and leave, Cromwell. Leave me to my market.
All right, then. Thank you, Maris. See you next week. I should have told you she's been negotiating a long time. Since there was a king, in fact.
This is what happens when I have to come up with names on the spot. My first choice is going to be Natalie Dormer, so not much.
So I'll check back in with the group and tell them I'm ready to make a contact with Natalie Portman once the plan has progressed.
Bang.
I know a guy I want to talk to. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We've talked to him before, right?
No, we've never talked to any of my contacts. Because
Mine aren't.
hoity-toity.
We talked to yours.
Yeah.
I'm trying keeping my security officers straight.
Yeah, so I've got a scene for y'all. A tableau, if you will.
Please.
So,
Describe.
yeah. Oh. Fang goes at approximately 5 p.m. She has a soy calf. It is cold. Iced soy calf latte with 2 shots of espresso. She knocks at this old, I would say it's a pretty good place. It's got locks that are digital, so you know it's kind of high end. It's in the not shady region of the Metroplex. It's kind of nice. This guy, she used to know him. He used to be a captain back at Lone Star. Not a captain anymore. So she's like, and like she's checking. She makes sure her katana is actually unlocked. It's not on safety anymore because wolf blade's never on safety.
It has a safety.
Yeah.
Is it called being in
It's a
a
little
sheath?
plastic. It's a little
Do you have
plastic.
to peace bond your katana?
Yeah. To go into the most special places, you just be like, I'm not gonna open this. It's like a magical little loopy. Because
Okay.
once you release the wolf, it needs blood.
Is it hungry like
It
the
is.
wolf?
It's hungry like a wolf. So she knocks on the door, and the gentleman that answers is also at work. He's taller. He's a little bit rougher around the edges. He's got two of his teeth though, so whatever. He's got a couple. He's got a really long gash that goes here. It's a great story. He knocks on the door. As soon as he opens it, Fang throws the drink in his face, catches him, be like, haven't seen you in a while, sucker.
Oh, fuck.
I'm out.
All right, bye.
No, I need your help. Last time you punched me, so it was my turn.
Did you bring a second one that you didn't throw in my face?
Next time. I drank one on the way here, I drank mine, and then I got the idea of, you're always so good at
He takes the empty
training.
cup and just like tosses it back at you.
Yeah, I don't touch it. Fang deserves that. I gotta ask some questions. Like, I know that you were.
Jesus Christ, just come inside. Oh my god, it's 5 p.m. Fang!
Look, you taught me the ropes back at Lone Star. I owe you everything. I need to ask for a couple more
Okay,
things.
then don't wake me up at 5 p.m.
Your shift starts at 7.
Yeah, well, that's a solid hour of sleep you just denied me.
But I'm your favorite.
Fang, you know what happened. I can't call you my favorite anymore.
Fair. But you know it was not real, right?
I take no part in this.
Could. So grumpily, Fang goes, the apartment was once a nice apartment. You could tell last year's curtains, couch
They're like
got a cut.
heavy blinds. There's literally no light in
Yeah.
the apartment except for like a tiny light from the kitchen.
Yeah, there's some old soap operas going on in the background. Something from the underground that got streamed up direct. It's probably really great. And you know, Fang sits down. Very comfortable. Very normal. Look, I know you used to run security for Overtime at Lone Star. I really need to know 2 things. And you might not be happy with one of them. So should I give you the bad news first?
Just fine.
Okay, I need to know where the Troll Killer gang is.
Are you trying to get yourself killed? Is that what the like? Is this like a suicide
No,
run
no,
sort of
no.
thing? You know, there's doctors for that, right, Fang?
I know, but it's for a job. I can't get a real job, so I gotta get some jobs in the shadow where you're running. Get the,
Of course.
I mean, gotta pay off the bills. The arms. Okay.
Some interesting life choices, Fang.
Yeah. Well, life made some choices for me.
All right. The troll killers. They. Let me think about. They tend to run kind of over downtown. I haven't been dealing with the downtown area in a while.
You organized a raid once.
Come on. I realized that. Well, that was over in the Central District. But I think they've moved since then because the Orc Underground got a little too big, so they're a little farther north, maybe more like Madrona area.
Okay.
At least that's probably where you'll find a higher concentration. But seriously, be careful.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not gonna go
Mess
hunt
with
them down.
one. You mess with the gang, you mess with the whole gang.
Dude, I learned that that's what happened.
Okay. I don't even know. Don't
You
even know.
You
Don't-
technically,
no,
I'm not allowed to talk to you about it.
We're done.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you were a witness. Second, and this one's more of a personal one. You know that fancy building? The one that everything goes on? Town Hall? There's a big gala happening.
It's really not that fancy, Fang.
Okay.
It's like an event yeah, it's an event venue?
Yes.
Like, okay.
I needed, you ran security there a couple times. I'm really hoping you can give me the lowdown of like, if I had to get someone out of there really quickly, under the wraps, where do you get them out?
An exit? I mean, I don't know if you're really stuck. A wall?
I didn't expect the sass.
I didn't expect to get woken up an hour early without a latte, except the one I can lick off my face.
It's a big face. Sorry.
I don't have any more information on that for you, Fang. I suggest, I'm not gonna sketch out a map for you.
You could.
You can go look at the building yourself. Whatever you're involved with, I'm sure someone else can get that information for you.
You used to help me.
Yeah, well, a lot of things used to be the case, right?
When I figure this out and I prove to you that it wasn't me who took those bribes, we're gonna have a conversation.
I'm sure we will. I look forward to that conversation, Fang. It's good to see you not behind bars.
Yeah, it's good to be out.
Take care of yourself. Do not get killed by a troll killer.
You know it.
They may have troll killer in the name, but I promise you they're equally as mean to orcs.
Dude, I know.
Good luck.
Thanks. Ring a ding ding, mainframe. Looks like we're going to Madrona. Get your van ready. We're doing some slow drive-bys.
All right. Sounds like a date.
The best kind of date. All right, so you have gathered this information. You know, you have a contact over at the catering company. You know that the troll killer gang tends to be more higher concentrations near Madrona, and you know where the event is taking place. Should you want to gather more specific information about that, where would you like to start?
We haven't looked into Eagle security yet.
Nope.
I do want to ask Fang, are you sure you want to go into troll killer territory? Because I at least somewhat resemble a human, but you're putting yourself in harm's way. Are you sure you don't want Elsie going?
I want to take this one. Elsie can come, but I'm bringing in with the boom boom room.
I got an idea.
Yeah?
Yep. Why don't you drop us off in the right neighborhood?
Me?
And I will pretend to beat you up, and then like any of the troll killer gang will be impressed and like.
And
want to,
also
like,
beat me up.
We can run away.
Like I'm good at running. I'm also good at shooting.
I'm just saying, because if you just like go into the troll killer.
What's our objective here? I mean, we knows what the troll killers do. They kill trolls and orcs, but it's not like it's a secret that they're the baddies, right?
No, what I want to do is I want to snoop. I want to go there, and I want to see if I can't find some communications that tell us exactly what they're planning. That is my goal from this entire endeavor.
We'll just drive around until you find whatever you need, and I'm there with the boom boom room.
But
to blow
kid,
things up.
you want to try to actually infiltrate their gang.
I want to
That's
have a
sad.
conversation with one or two of them. I don't actually want to like go to their secret lair and play darts and stuff.
Can you instead, because I don't want to be once again thrown into something where I'm not supposed to talk, can you go to Eagle Scout?
Security.
Sure, Eagle Security and deal with them? Because I bet they'd love to give a tour to a very excited person who's young.
How's about you, me, and Mordecai check out Eagle security?
Deal.
Sounds good.
Great.
Great, so the orc and the elf are going into troll killer territory. That sounds like a great idea.
Team Infiltration.
Team Infiltration. Yep.
You can disguise them. I mean, Mainframe's pretty good with the hiding of the elf already, but Fang there, I gotta say, you don't look much like a little piggy.
I'll put on a hat.
Would you
You look like
Would you like me to cast an illusion on you?
No,
It sounds like it couldn't hurt. It could not hurt.
literally, we're gonna be driving in a car.
I can't do that much actually with that because she doesn't have a good enough blending in skills.
But he
Sorry,
just
but your
offered to
face
do
everybody remembers. That doesn't really work with what I do. So
Look,
It's up
magic,
to
though.
you.
no, we don't.
I don't-
I'm not gonna go punch a troll person in. I am not gonna start a fight.
don't you want to punch a troll killer?
I do.
I do.
But we're gonna save that for later because no doubt they're gonna come to me when they see the boom. But not now. Not now. Promise. Pinky swear.
Pinky swear?
Pinky swear. Come on,
Who-
Big
who are you?
Papa.
Me?
Come on, Big
What-
Papa.
I don't
Why?
understand the pinky math. Who goes with what?
I will not start a fight.
You're free to do whatever you want. I've been getting flack from you ever since I came back, it seems. So I'm not gonna take responsibility for how you want to behave.
Same old Mordecai.
But you're Big Papa. I missed you. You
Doesn't seem like it.
didn't want to be sad.
Fang, you've been really cranky today.
I didn't want.
Do you need to talk about your feelings? Is there something going on?
Is it because you're a criminal?
Yeah, that's probably it. Let's start off with that. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have a criminal sin, which means I can't go to fancy parties. And I can't go into the grocery store and just be like, excuse me, please run my credit, because I don't have any.
Well, I don't have credit.
Yeah, and then what's worse is Big Papa, who is showing me the ropes, just decides he can leave whenever. Not even teaching me how to do things.
Yeah, it's hard when your mentor leaves and goes and does something for a month without you.
I'm nobody's mentor.
You're mine! I had one and he ditched me, and then you ditched me. I don't want to be ditched.
I'm sorry for ditching you.
I just care about you, Big Papa.
That's interesting information. Where does not have a criminal sin and can go to a party? Miss Elsie, are you telling the truth?
I have Kim.
Out of game question. How does a criminal sin work? Can you really escape it? I believe it's once you've got one, even a fake sin.
It's just.
Well, it depends on, like, in this case, whatever sin you would tie the invitation to would be the sin that they would run. So if it's a fake sin and it's not a very good one, they would be able to tell that it's a fake sin. Then if they did some further digging, they could find out if you have a criminal sin. But that's about it.
Right.
So it's going to depend on whether or not, like, they want to do any further digging when they're trying to, like, this is like a badge check at a entrance to an event. So
Don't bring your shitty sin to the government party.
Kid, you've got a criminal record.
Yeah. It wasn't my fault.
I was talking to the kid. I'm sorry to hear that.
Kami's just confused. I have several sins.
Oh, I have trouble keeping them straight, that's all.
Well, it's not easy. I mean,
I think I have a good enough sin to get into the party. I mean, I guess Mainframe could check it.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
you can see what the rating is.
I mean, there's always a risk with the fake sins. Any of us are taking a risk anytime we use our fake sins. So we got to do it for the right reasons. This is a right reason. It's a reasonably well-paying gig. But let's cross that bridge when we come to it. It sounds like we've got some shit to do. We will do our sin housekeeping later. And there's no judgment here for past sins. We are working together as a team. You know, none of us got here by making friends and planting flowers.
Okay.
All right, Fang, you want to go on a date and go knock some shit up in Madrona?
No, we're not causing problems. We're trolling through. We are driving through.
They're trolling for trolls.
Yeah. We are
Trolling for troll killers.
Yeah, so as Mainframe and Fang head over to Madrona and Troll Killer territory, and then the remainder of our party will be making their way to Eagle Security. So let's go with Mainframe and Fang first.
Cruising down to Madrona, got some tunes in the background, maybe old school for a bit, actually hand on the wheel for no good reason. Just,
It's literally doing nothing. You're just like, wee!
They used to have to do this all the time, and sometimes they get in trouble if they didn't put both hands.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah. So I said, it's mostly self-driving. So I start scanning to snoop around, try to see if I can't catch some troll killer kind of snippets in it.
Matrix perception.
Just look for an insignia that's just like a dead troll head or like a no of a troll face. That might help.
You do successfully find a couple of icons that suggest to you they may be troll killer icons. Like one with like a troll head with like horns and then just like a knife through it.
It's subtle.
And then another one that's
Might be.
you're sort of impressed by it. It's like the old school troll face from the internet before the Matrix.
You mean like with the rainbow hair kind of troll? Those I like.
No. Like the
Like
internet troll face. Never
The
mind.
smile, the really big smile, like
That one. And then just a line through it. It's like ironic.
no one gets it.
No.
I think I see what they're doing.
You feel like you're like I should understand this reference, but I don't.
Great. So is that those icons in establishments?
There's having some communications that you can.
Great.
see.
So I would like to pull the van up about a block away from that, not in front. That would be very conspicuous. Fang, if you could just keep an eye out, I think I might be able to catch some.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit in the back of the truck. That way no one can see me directly, but I'll keep my eyes open.
Great. I would like to snoop. Do I need to? Are they out in the open, or do I need to get into a host?
They're out in the open.
Great.
So you can just snoop on the communication. It comes out all garbled.
I will use my edge. I've got some edge.
All right. You do
Yeah.
have some. Burn that. And
Do that. So I'm gonna
use it or lose it.
I really want to stab someone, but decide not to.
You have 2 whole pieces that you can use for
I
stabbing.
know, but I
I'm
did.
so excited. Maybe you could stab one of these trolls.
No, I made a pinky promise.
Now we have 6.
You sort of have to like change. You're sort of looking in the matrix.
Twisting some controls.
Yeah. It like you see the sort of the waves, and they're all like doing this, and then you kind of turn them into these beautiful
Grab
sine
this like
waves.
thing that looks like a crumpled piece of paper out.
Smooth it over, and you get this nice little snippet of conversation. It's something along the lines of they're going back and forth and like, oh, are you doing the thing next week? And they're like, yeah, I heard them some pretty good money in it. Someone's important seems to be paying for something, and I will take what I can get. And then the last response is about making sure you got enough grenades for this, or are you gonna need to go get some more? And then it cuts out.
And do I have handles?
No, you have the 2 icons.
Can I trace the icons?
You have 90s troll and troll with knife.
I go for 90s troll, obviously.
90s troll? Okay, you wanna trace
I feel
that
like I'm
icon?
gonna have more fun tracing that particular individual.
Fang changes the music on the radio because I want some classical music. That's what classical music sounds like.
She needs ear augments.
Yeah, she does not have those.
3. You trace back the icon. Actually, you can't trace back the icon. Sorry, you have to put marks on it to do that.
Oh.
So do you want to use that for placing a mark on it?
If it works, then great. We'll just use that.
If you have a mark, you need 3 in order to trace the icon.
All right. Well, I can do that. That's no problem.
I mean, the issue is that Fang uses guns really close to her face. And ears tend to go bad when you do that.
Sorry, you only need 2, so 1 more mark.
That's true.
Yeah.
6. Yep. So you are able now to trace the icon. So that's a computer plus intuition.
I like it sound better. It's cash. Nice.
Excellent. So you like take the crumpled piece of paper and then you kind of look over at the icon and you're like, boop, and then you get a nice line going from it to, and it shows you on your map soft. It like connects the dots like from your location.
Breadcrumbs.
And it's about 30 meters away. The icon is located in physical space, and when you match it up on your map soft, it seems to be probably some sort of residential building.
Oh. I love it when I boop icons and things work out. Boop, boop. So I have essentially an address on this guy. All right, that's interesting. Fang, well,
Yeah.
Troll Killers are doing something next week that requires a lot of grenades.
Huh.
So that's not great for keeping people alive
And
in
fancy.
general.
No, fancy people aren't really grenade proof.
It's true. Sequins do not block very much spatter damage at all. So yeah, that's a high risk situation.
How are they gonna get grenades into the building? Because
I would imagine stealthily. Okay. I don't know. In like food containers. This is an excellent question.
that's our main question. I think.
It's certainly not through the front door.
Yeah.
So let's switch back over to them, and I'll think about what my next move is.
Sounds good. All right. Eagle security. You approach a building. It's sort of just north of the central area. It's in the north downtown area. There's a beautiful eagle, like logo on the front of it. Eagle security.
Alright, what's our objective here? This is a security company that's supposed to protect this Jugalahili Josephine woman.
Josephine.
Josephine Jugalahili.
Jugashvili.
Jukashvili. If I can pronounce her name correctly, maybe I can go in as a representative from her campaign and like handpick the security team.
We wants to know if they're on the up and up, or if anyone's maybe against her.
Yeah, like if you could find out if there are any troll killer members that work for the security company, that would really help out.
All right. I get out my bag of disguises and I choose something very corporate with a briefcase. Not something too high up because I want to portray professional but grassroots campaign organizer.
You've got like a button on here that's like Prop 23.
Yeah. So having that set, turn to Cromie and Mordecai, and I say, how do we want to play this? Shall I just go in? Do you want to do your own reconnaissance?
If she's met human friendly, we could go in with you as representatives. I don't reckon we want to get in trouble with this lot if we're going to be trying to work with them in the future.
Yeah, I think just a simple recon job. I mean, I don't think you need me in there. I'm happy to give you a boost before you go in.
I'm happy to go in, maybe if you just wants to see if anyone there doesn't like trolls, keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right.
I consent to Sparkles.
All right, I'm casting a Force 6 increased charisma. Her charisma goes up by 4. And I resist the drain.
I takes my hat off and I tries to look more like an American troll.
Jugalahili?
Jugashvili.
Jukashvili. Boy. This is what-
Jigashvili.
Jukashvili. This is what's going to blow my cover.
I'll send you the YouTube link I had to listen to multiple times to figure out how to pronounce it.
Jigash.
Jugashvili.
Jugash.
Jugashavili.
Just think of the DZH as a J sound.
Jugashvili.
Jugashvili.
You've got this, kid. Well,
If I can pronounce it, I take out my Sharpie and I like discreetly write it phonetically, like on my non-handshaky.
Your little tiny pinky hand.
Jugashvili. Because I can hide it several ways.
I'm going as Duke, an American troll.
oh Jesus.
So you walk in through their foyer. It's a fairly small like atrium area. There's one there's like a main security door and a set of elevators that go up from there, and then there's just a front desk and a kind of relatively bored-looking dwarf is kind of sitting there like.
Howdy, partner.
Hi. Sorry. Hi. Welcome to Eagle Security. Can I help you?
Hi, my name is Janice McLean, and I'm one of the PR people for Miss Jugashvili. And I would like to, we've recently contracted your security firm to provide security for her at her fundraising event. I would love to speak to somebody about that event.
I'm sorry, do you have an appointment?
I don't know. I was just in the neighborhood and decided to drop by.
Okay, let me look up and see who's on that event. I'm gonna let me see if Thomas is free. Maybe let me call Hi, Thomas. It's Greg at the front desk. I have sorry. What was your name?
Janice McLean.
I have a Janice McLean who's here about the
Jugashvili.
Jugashvili? Josephine event? Yeah, they wanted to meet with you. Okay, you can go on up. They're gonna come on down. Sorry, it's not how it works here. This is like my first week trying. Trying really hard. So they're gonna come down, meet you, and then they may be able to talk more.
Great.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Greg. As one person who's new here, like yourself, and who is not a human,
Yep.
am I gonna be okay in there? Is there anyone who doesn't like metahumans?
We had some trouble downtown earlier.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it happens. I don't know. No one's been mean to me.
They're all nice here,
They've all
huh?
been very pleasant so far. But
Well, that's downright nice to hear.
okay, sir. Have a great day. And,
Thank
he
you.
sort of like slinks slower.
See ya, partner.
And after a few seconds, someone who you, or minutes, I should say, someone who you assume is Thomas comes down, and they're like, Janice.
Hi, Janice McLean, PR and campaign manager. Hi. If you have a minute, I would really love to talk to you about.
I really don't have a lot of time. I'm actually surprised. Like we've been in contact with you, not you directly. Who are you with the campaign?
As I said, I am the
Event.
PR and campaign manager, and to be honest, let's just say, well, we've had a change in staffing, and I really just wanted to come down here and make sure that Miss Jugashvili
Jugashvili, yeah. It's a
is
mouthful.
adequately. I really want to talk to you about how you select your team and what representatives will be.
Okay, we've sent you our. We've already sent you the roster. I mean, we don't know for sure. Like sometimes people call in, or we assign security as they're available. It's a scheduling thing. I can't be more specific than that.
Can I let the coon dog get right to the deer?
Yes.
We've heard some concerns that some of the anti-human groups may have infiltrated your security. And we just want to be on the up and up, be completely clear that you're free as an eagle.
I have some concerns about the team that you might assign, and I just want a simple review. The event is a week out. I don't think that's unreasonable to ask who will be staffing the event.
Okay. You can do a con or negotiation. Either.
Mordecai is shaking his head in the van, reevaluating all of his choices.
In life. 7.
I am going to use my point of edge.
Oh.
I can send you. I've already sent you the information to your campaign. I'm not going to be able to send you more specific information. I suggest you go talk to whoever your replacement was. We are a professional organization. I appreciate your concerns. We've already been informed about the security threats that have been made, and we're going to be more cautious with the individuals and the security that we are providing. So, I'm sorry, I don't have any more time for you today.
Well, thank you for coming down. I will report this to the rest of our group.
They depart. Mainframe, have you concluded what the last little bit you would like to do?
It's just a residential area. So we cruise van around. What do I see?
There's like a sort of 5-story, relatively run-down looking apartment building, clearly built on a plot of land that used to be like a larger, more elegant house, and now it's kind of shabby.
Is there a place where I can park the van nearby?
There's street parking.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
reasonably nondescript, not
Sure.
in front. Great. Swing the van around, explain to Fang. Like to hack into this guy's comlink a little bit, just see if I can't find additional information. I think he knows something.
Can you send me a blip to know when I have to pull out Wolfang? Because I feel like getting right up against this neighborhood, it might be a time where if things go wrong, I'd like to know.
I will certainly let you know and keep an eye out because you know I can't see everything when I'm in there. But if things seem suspicious, I will definitely let you know. Let's hope this is quick. Just in and out. It's fine. It's just in and out. I would like to. Yeah.
Just in and out, it's fine.
So what are you? Sorry.
Yeah.
Whew, fate. That was a twitch. I don't know what happened there.
So I would just first of all would like to perceive normally.
Yeah.
Yeah. With regular eyes and stuff.
Can I assist?
I
No, I
mean,
can't.
you're not going to notice anything more particularly remarkable. It's
Okay.
a residential apartment building. You're parked on the street. There's no one really around.
Not turrets or
No.
like security cameras.
Just with your
Are
eyes.
there other
no.
people around?
And there are some people kind of walking around,
Right.
but it doesn't seem to be anything abnormal.
Nobody looking at us. Fine, it never hurts to be. But now I would like to perceive on the matrix. Yeah, and I assume it's quiet enough that I can just stay in AR. I don't necessarily need to drop to BR. There's no benefit, so right now I'm just gonna stay. That's 3 hit.
What are you looking for?
I am looking for his icon, and I'm looking for any devices that may be associated with his icon, particularly his comlink or any.
Yes,
file
you
storage.
are able to pick up on the icon and specifically know that there is a comlink, that a comlink is generating that icon.
Great. I would like to run silence, and I would like to data spike his. Or no, not data spike. I want to mark his comlink.
Okay. Like if you data,
No, I
you
just
can
want to.
brick it.
I just like bricking things, but
gonna get you very
I had a
little
moment.
information.
Like I would just like to know that's not actually how espionage works. So we'll just mark it first, and that'll be a good start.
So you know when you're running silent, you take a -2
Yes.
dice modifier.
Well, you do that. I'm rolling down the window. Really quiet, like. Leaning.
It's like an electric window.
Yeah, I'm leaning back in my chair and I just got my pistol across my chest. Assassin.
You have a lovely mark on your.
Excellent. So I would like to perceive into the comm link and look around in the files. Perception, I assume, at this point, or is it Snoop?
No, you do perception.
Wow.
It's good.
Well, I got a hit. That was great. It did not glitch and got one hit.
There are like a weird number. There's clearly like a wedding registry on there, and you just have a list of like dishes and pots and pans and sheet sets.
This is the 90s Trolls comm link.
Yeah. You found their wedding registry list.
Great. I would like
and then
to...
you get like an invite list, a guest list, and you can see the RSVPs on it.
Racists can't get married.
It's really I relate some of this content back to Fang, just to keep her involved. So I mean, he apparently has a great need for dish rags. There's like 8 registered dish rags for no reason, and cake. Really interested in cake. There's like cake stands and there's
Don't
slices.
give this racist opinion to hobbies.
Anyway, we'll try perceiving again to look for something more useful.
I take a -2 because you're looking around in the same place.
Right.
This time you find something like what do you think it constitutes as more useful? Like, give me a little bit more specific.
Logs, emails, like communication logs about his.
You managed to find a couple of things that are like the subject. It's got like he has like a label system, and it's like a TK label.
Great. So I have to keep.
Not for perception. Now, if you would like, they are all encrypted, so you would need to crack that file.
All right, that's fine. So we're still running. So that's gonna be.
Is anyone walking towards the van?
No.
6 hits.
All right. You have successfully decrypted those files.
Great.
If you would like to look at them a little closer, that would be a computer and intuition, or computer and logic.
You did not. All right. That's. But then I only get the 1 because running slides again.
I salute the eagle on the way out.
2.
The only thing that you seem to notice that relates to the evening is
that clue? Do I get my clue dice?
Yeah.
I didn't roll clue dice. Yeah, useless.
useless clue dice. You notice a couple of communications that are about like that have like the time of the event and indicate like how much money that they would get. That they're getting paid. They've got a good backer. They'll have some backup and they'll get paid. Whatever unit it is for the night.
So I've got how much they're being paid, but nothing about the plans or like the assignment yet. I look again. Is that -2? Pardon?
You can take a -2.
All right, so I lose the clue dice. There's no more clue dice. It's just this, and 3.
You get a schedule of the event that comes up, and you don't get any specifics, but there is a particular note that says during the speech is all it says.
All right. That's fun. I would like to put a data bomb on his comlink.
Okay.
Because I don't like people who are racist against metahumans. But I'm still doing so silently, so I will still take my penalty for that. Presumably the data bomb is on his email. Yes, you can't like just the comlink, but
You succeed. There is a data bomb located on his email or his comlink communications files.
I just whisper, many congratulations to you, Mazel tov. And I log off of that system and just well, it wasn't super helpful, but it's during the speech.
The grenade pile.
I would assume the two are related. The grenades and the speech, I would assume they a confluence of events.
So, you have some amount of information of the event. You still do need to figure out how you're all going to be getting into the event. But we'll give you a short break to use the facilities and make those decisions as we depart for a brief moment. Words got really hard there towards the end.
Will I be able to stab something the second round?
They're a very high probability of stabbing. I don't know. It depends on how long you
Right now, I would like to stab something.
Great.
Maybe I could cut the
We'll
cake
make sure you have something.
Pain cuts the cake.
with the katana.
The troll killer's wedding.
Let's information gather some more. I can't use my fist to do that.
Can't use fists to gather information.
You can try. It's just that. All right, we'll be back. Hi, my name's Lauren, and I'm the GM of Shadowrun Corporate Sins on Hyper RPG. You can check us out every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. on twitch.tv/hyperrpg, or later on, you can watch the videos on YouTube. This week, we're going to be talking about combat, guns and swords, killing people in meat spaces. No matter how good a Shadowrun player is, or a character, they will get into combat. It's a tough sixth world out there. Combat breaks down into combat turns in order to make things run more fluidly and simplify, something that is insanely complicated. One combat turn is about 3 seconds in real-world time. And that breaks down even further into smaller chunks of time called initiative passes. So at the start of combat, when the GM decides, all of the players and NPCs will roll their initiative. Their initiative determines how soon they go, as well as how many actions they're going to get during a combat turn. So whoever has the highest initiative will get to go first, and the higher their initiative, the more often they will get to act in the combat turn. After an entire combat turn is resolved, so every character is gone, 10 will be subtracted from every single character's initiative score. Anyone that still has a number that's above 0 will get to go again, and until everybody's at 0, the combat turn is going. On their turn during their initiative pass, a player can take a few different actions. They always get at least one free action. That might be dropping prone in order to avoid being hit by a hail of bullets, or yelling at one of their teammates that they should probably eat the mage. Then they can always take either 2 simple actions or 1 complex action. A simple action would be firing a single shot from a gun, or switching a device from a quick burst to a long burst of fire. A complex action is normally things like stabbing someone with a sword, or using a more complicated device, like taking a matrix action, trying to brick someone else's gun. Once a player at the start of their turn declares the action that they're going to take, they form what their dice pool is, and then roll their dice to determine the success of their combat action. Typically speaking, when you're in combat, most of your actions are going to be some form of stabbing or shooting someone. So if they're making a melee attack or a ranged attack, essentially they resolve in the same sort of way. Most combat actions are going to be an opposed test. So let's look at an example. Say Cromwell wants to punch a little piggy in the face. So Cromwell will move forward on his action, and then to punch him, he's gonna roll his unarmed combat plus his agility skill. It's 15 dice. He rolls his dice and sees how many hits he's got. The defender only gets to roll 8 dice to try and dodge with his reaction plus intuition. The defender only gets 3 hits, whereas Cromwell has 6, which means Cromwell's net hits are 3. Cromwell will then add those 3 hits to his damage value of his fists, which is 12, meaning a total damage of 15. The defender, thankfully, then gets to roll 16 dice to see how much of that damage they actually take. They subtract their 3 hits from his 15, which means they end up taking 12 points of physical damage. In this case, for most NPCs, 12 points is going to knock them unconscious because it fills up all of the boxes on their condition monitor. A player, however, gets to track 2 condition monitors, stun damage and physical. Let's say he wasn't unconscious, but now the NPC wants to turn around on his turn and shoot Elsie. She happens to be right behind a wall, which means she's gonna get a bonus of +2 for having good cover. Elsie's gonna roll then 8 for her defense plus 2 dice for her good cover, whereas the attacker is going to roll 12 dice for his pistol skill plus agility. He gets 7 hits, and Elsie has 3, which means he adds his net of 4 to his pistol, which would be 6 physical damage. Elsie then has to resist 10 physical damage. Her armor is a little bit higher than her defense, so she rolls 12 dice. She only resists 3, which means she takes 9 physical damage, which in her case isn't quite enough to completely fill up her 9 physical boxes of Condition Monitor. Now that we've reached the end of the combat turn, we subtract 10 from everyone's initiative score, which puts Cromwell at 12, the lieutenant at 7, and Elsie at 3. Because everyone's still above 0, they're all going to get to take another turn. This time, Cromwell comes in to thoroughly punch the little piggy, and he rolls the same thing again. His 15 dice against the 10. In this case, he still has net hits. He would add the extra 4 dice to his damage, and this is enough to knock the guy unconscious. He doesn't then get another turn because he's no longer in the initiative turn, and Elsie could use her last turn to do another action, a free, 2 simple, or 1 complex action. Once everybody then has completed this last initiative pass, we'd subtract another 10. This would put Cromwell at 2 and Elsie below 0, which means on the last initiative pass, only Cromwell would get to go again. Once Cromwell has taken his final turn, we start a new combat turn and everyone re-rolls their initiative, except the poor lieutenant who happens to be unconscious. Thank you for watching our How to Play Shadowrun video. If you would like to keep watching Shadowrun Corporate Sins, click over here for our playlist, or to subscribe to our Hyper RPG channel, click over here. Last, if you would like a chance to win some of this awesome swag on the table, leave a comment or question below and we'll pick a random winner. Thanks for watching.
Let me see ya work, 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 work. Let me see ya work, 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 work. Let me see ya work, 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 work. Let me see ya work, 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 work. Don't stop. Make that thing drop. Make that thing drop. Make that thing drop. Yeah, go. Make that thing drop. Come on, go. Make that thing drop. Go. Yeah, make that thing drop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep it going. Yeah, don't stop. Keep it going. Yeah, don't stop. Keep it going. Yeah, don't stop. Let me see ya work, 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 work. Let me see ya work, 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 work. Let me see ya work, 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 work. Let me see ya work, 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 work. Don't stop. Make that thing drop. Snowboard, 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 snowboard.
Here is your Snuggle Lord. Zach Eubank is Snuggle Lord. You must bow to your Snuggle Lord. Your fluffiest, lovable Snuggle Lord. Hug your Snuggle Lord. Cuddle your Snuggle Lord. Bow to your Snuggle Lord. Your kissiest, good-natured Snuggle Lord.
Welcome back. I hope you had a delightful break, as we did as well. Our runners are as prepared as they will ever be with the information that they have acquired. The last hurdle they have is to figure out who and how they will be entering the event in order to get into the fundraiser that is happening at Seattle Town Hall on behalf of Josephine Jugashvili. So Cromwell intends to go speak with someone over at Natalie Portman over at New Soya. So let's jump straight into that.
All right. I'm here to offer my cooking skills at an upcoming event.
You kind of like walked in and there's just like this huge caterer, like everyone's in this large kitchen and everyone's sort of running around, and like one person is like, who the hell are you? What are you doing here? And they kind of like, they're like, what, can I help you? While carrying this like giant, large.
Right, I'm here to work for the Jugilishi.
Oh, great. Okay, over there, I need someone chopping onions, and then when you're done with that, can you go ahead and get the soup? Do you have your badge? Make sure you talk to Stephanie to get some credentials for the event. Perfect. I'm really glad you were here. I thought you were going to be sick.
Right, I'm here. All ready to go, chummer.
Your name again. Sorry, you're one of our per diems, right? I haven't worked with you before.
Right, name's Duke.
Great, Duke. Thanks. Onions, soup, and credentials. Talk to Sam.
All right. So I go to Sam. I've got a send for Duke.
All right, give me credentials. Let me scan them.
Category 3.
Okay, so you roll your device rating, and then I roll against.
And the device
Yeah,
ratings.
Yeah, your sin rating.
Right, just the category.
Yep.
1 hit.
Duke. Give me a moment. All right, everything checks out. That's great. You are. Per diem, you'll be in the kitchens. You know what you're doing, right? I assume. Here's your badge. That should get you in. Do be careful. They will do a security sweep. You should be there at 2 p.m. The kitchens are on site. Make sure you're presentable. This is an important event.
All right. I don't take anything explosive or metal. I do take my walking cane, my and my monocle.
You pretend that you need it as a cane.
No, I'm just a gentleman.
Perfect. You impress them with your gentlemanly ways. All right. So Cromwell has credentials to get into the kitchens. There are 2 tickets available to you. You have yet to attach them to a particular sin for the event.
I don't think my sin is good enough to get me in there.
Yeah, that's. I can go, but I need my cyber deck to be any good to anybody. So we need a way to get it in there. If I'm gonna have to go through the front door, I'm gonna have to clear the metal detectors.
I don't know how we get it into you, but I can hold on to it for you. And if we get into a bind, I'll try to figure out some way to get it to you.
Mordecai's gonna hold it. No, continue.
No, I know you're not so comfortable with technology, and I feel.
I'm fine with technology.
Technology is not so fine with you sometimes. Yes,
What? No.
But, yeah.
I'm capable.
You are so capable of so many things that do not have to deal with technology. I am not questioning any of those things. I'm just saying, you know what? Fang told me in the car that she just really wanted to babysit my cyber deck. That is my life. So you keep it safe.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not heading
if it's
over yet.
important
What
to
time is it
Fang
right now?
yes.
We'll assume it's like 10 a.m.
Of the day of
right?
the event.
Yeah.
Right. Before I hand it over, I think we should do just a little bit of old-fashioned recon on the location. Just get familiar, and maybe
I
can
that
turn
idea.
off a couple of security systems while I'm in there.
Well,
This?
Yeah, that one, yes.
we want to be judicious about turning off security systems. I mean, we are counting on security, right?
That's fair. That is very fair statements. I won't turn them all off. We just
But I know I'd like to get a look at this location and see if I can find any sense of what their magical defenses are like.
At the very least, a floor plan.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be great. So let's cruise on up in my van and park a couple blocks away. And you guys do physical, I'll do virtual. Let's get in and out.
Deal. Great. I'm there too.
I'm gonna astrally perceive the area around to get a sense of both people and magic, if there are any. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
So as you're all in the van, cruising around the block.
We sure are.
You notice that a mana barrier, specifically on the physical plane, has been erected around the whole of the bottom floor of the building.
There's a mana barrier around the bottom floor of the building. How many floors is there?
There's two. There's the bottom section, and then there's the bigger hall, and you know that the event is happening in the bottom area.
All right. I'm going to astrally project, and I'm going to try to get a sense of the layout and what's there. So watch my body.
Got it.
Thank you. So I project out of the van, and I project myself over to the second floor, and I'm perceiving on the inside to get a sense.
So the second floor, there's the main entrance, there's a large hall that you can tell, and then there's a bunch of back rooms. That's kind of all you get from the astral plane. You realize that the mana barrier is dual natured, so it's a mana barrier both on the physical plane and on the astral plane.
Okay.
So right now you cannot really see into the event space.
Okay. Can I tell if there are ways to get into the second floor, either windows or a ceiling?
Not really from the astral plane. You can't. It's too fuzzy to kind of get specifics on that.
I'm returning to my body.
I've got building security. And so I'll just give it a quick look. Do I notice anything? I got 4 hits.
You can see that there are. There's only 2 entrances to the bottom floor. They're both at street level. There's one kind of on either side of the building. And then there's a main entrance to the building at the front as well.
Do I notice anything that looks like a weakness or something that someone might try to get?
There are windows as well. It looks fairly standard in terms of the structure. There's windows along the side of the building. There's 2 entrances to the event space that you can see from the outside.
I'll relay all that to the group.
So I would like to, do I see the host for the building? Great. So I would like to place a mark on the host. I will run silent, because stealth. I'm having so many fun with dice today.
Cromwell, there's a mana barrier around the whole first floor, so it's important you deactivate any foci that you've got before you go cross it.
All right, deactivated.
Well, you can reactivate it on the other side.
You succeed in marking the host if you would like to enter it.
I would like to enter it, please.
Yeah.
So as you step into, or you slink matrixly into the host, you notice that it is a fairly, it's a large, open sort of auditorium-looking space. It's very clearly intended to look kind of similar to what the actual event space looks like.
A little too much beige. It's government.
Yeah,
it's very nonchalant.
It's sort of they put a few columns in to make it look classy, but that's about it.
Yeah. Very.
Been remodeled.
They're
a few
low
times.
poly.
Yeah.
They're sort of bad columns. Great. So I would like to look around to see if there are any devices that look like they shouldn't be there.
Matrix perception. Right now, the main thing that you can see is there are several cameras that are monitoring the building. There seems to be some other security devices that are getting hooked up. There's kind of there seem to be kind of popping online. They look like, as far as you can tell, some sort of metal detectors and those sorts of devices and other security systems that seem to be coming online as they're setting up for the event. You also notice that they don't look out of place, but they're bringing them online as well. There are some directional jammers that are intended to prevent signals from the outside and individuals from breaking in. So as you are sitting there, your noise seems to be going up as they are coming online.
Great. So I'd like to reduce that noise real quick.
Yeah.
So
There.
5.
Okay. So you managed to clear off pretty much all of the noise. So you're not, as you're in there right now, you're
I want
not.
to find anyone running silent. I want to look for hidden icons. I want to.
Perception. Yeah, specifically.
3 hits.
Nope. You do not notice any icons that are running silent.
All right, and I would like. Do I see any copies of floor plans?
Yes.
Great.
You kind of.
Is it encrypted?
No.
I would like to copy that.
You're like, if you would like to hire the event space, these are the different configurations that we can arrange the lower hall in.
Oh, great. So I don't really even need to. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like pulling it off their website.
Yoink.
You have access to it right there. Flip.
Do I have?
Flip the paper!
Whee!
Oh!
For those of you who are not on that side of the table.
Oh, crap. This is hard to clear. Okay. Okay. Okay.
There's your floor plan.
I have one more thing I want to do on the astral plane I forgot to do. And that's I want to try to sense the force of the barrier.
Yeah.
And I got 4 hits.
It is a force 10 barrier.
Force 10.
So I don't suppose I see any like security manifests or anything on that host right now.
No.
Nothing like that.
No.
And right. Well,
It's not a perfect replica. It's hard to
It's still really, like, there's a lot going on. Did you see this?
Yeah.
yeah, I saw it. I saw it in the Matrix. It's fine.
We got about 200 people, if those are 10 tops.
They are, right now they are set up for, I only have 4 chairs around them. Well, we'll say it's 8.
Okay. But that's only the amount of chairs.
130.
They always invite more people than chairs. Like, there's always...
Sit down dinner.
Yeah, but mill about and then people who don't show up. Like...
So the 2 exits that you saw, Cromwell, are these 2, which go to ground level. You know these stairwells go up to the main floor.
Okay.
And so that would be, there are 4 exits and entrances on the main floor.
Great. Great. Well, that's about. And can I look at the cameras real quick, just to scan? I'd like to look at the footage and see if there's any weird stuff going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just a regular perception for that.
Okay. So, and that since that's regular, it doesn't take the penalty for.
Nope.
Great.
Oh, for running silent? No, sorry, it's a
Matrix perception.
It's a regular perception. You're fine. Yes, you're looking at the footage.
So
3 hits.
And not as far as you can tell right now. There's a fair amount of hustle and bustle. People are starting to like arrive at the kitchens, which are over here. They're setting up the security at the entrances. There's like people running tech and like there's microphones and things that are getting set up, but nothing
No one
right now.
wandering around aimlessly. No one looking around shady. All right, fine. Disconnecting from the host.
I split up from the group. I'd like to try to take 1 knife, which I'll try to pass off as a cooking knife. Other than that, I don't take any weapons.
Okay. What do you have a concealability? Go ahead and roll
Homing?
calming, yeah, to conceal it. And do you have anywhere that you're hiding it that would give you a modifier to that? Sheath.
I'd probably put in my boot.
Okay. No. They know where people hide knives.
Right, my palming is a 3.
Great. So as you enter in, okay, great. The alarm. So you go in the door, whichever one you go into, and it goes beep 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 beep. As you walk through the metal detectors, they're like, excuse me, sir, you set off the metal detector. Can I check your credentials? Make sure you're allowed to be in here.
Oh, right here. I'll give him my sin for Duke.
You just straight up show him your sin rather than like
patch.
The
No,
badge.
that's fine.
That you were
No,
given?
my badge.
Your
I should
badge.
have my badge.
Your badge. So they run the badge, and they're like, oh, yeah, no, it checks out. You're supposed to be in the kitchen. We're going to have to do a quick pat down, though, just to make sure you're not bringing you set off the metal detector. So it's a little odd. Just want to step over here, sir, and, like, one of the other guys like, goes, and then he, like, pats your boot, and he's like, puts his hand on his gun. Is there something in here, sir?
Just my cooking knife.
I'm very sorry, but you're going to have leave it. There are plenty of knives in the kitchen, I'm sure.
Oh, they're about your knife. All right, then. Here you go. I hands him the knife. Take care of
Contraband.
it.
Drops it into him.
Is there a bat of just
It just like
contraband?
melts it down. Yeah.
Cromwell, while you're in there, I need you to see if you can locate the source of the mana barrier. We don't need to do anything about it now, but at some point we may need to take it down. And so if you know the source of it, it'll be a lot easier to take it down.
All right, sorry. Interference.
Head on in. I'm sure you know where you're going.
Yeah. I heads to the kitchen,
Eventually you figure it out, so you are here. These are the kitchens.
and I'll start.
Onion soup!
I'll start just mumbling that I'm worried someone might attack, just to sort of the rest of the kitchen staff is kind of on the alert, maybe. I'll try as my best.
There's about a dozen people that are both prepping and will be serving for the event.
Do they seem like really fancy chefs, or are they just sort of...
The servers don't seem particularly fancy. I mean, I don't know, you want to roll like...
I'm trying to figure out if I have social stress.
Yeah, probably. You've never really worked in a kitchen before.
I just managed to choke it down. I'm doing all right now.
Well, like one of them gives you this dirty look as you're chopping onions, like suggesting like that's your technique.
Oh,
That
really?
is-
Oh, really? You want to have a cook-off then? Try this. 3 hits on cooking skill.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They accept your technique, but they still disapprove. So,
I'm in.
Cromwell is in the kitchens.
Just cooks.
Who's hoping to get in next?
I think I would like to take one of the tickets. It's pretty early in the day and guests haven't arrived
Yep.
yet. So
It's very clearly site staff that are setting up for the event right
great.
now.
So I'm just going to get myself ready to attend as a guest.
So, am I going to this thing? Is that what you guys want?
I think it has to be you.
I don't think I can go in with cyberware.
I am gonna feel so naked without my cyber tech. I am not feeling great about
Give me-
this. Also, how do you not yet? Not yet.
I mean, if you think it would be more effective for you to stay in the van and be able to deck from there.
We only need technically one person. Like, we have 2 tickets. We don't
I
need
mean,
to send.
I don't know how I feel about going in. Well, Crommy's in the kitchen, but I mean, it's kind of.
Why can't you go?
Just because we have 2 tickets doesn't mean we have to use 2 tickets.
Even if my sin were good enough, there's a really powerful mana barrier around there. It's too strong for me to press through without disrupting it.
So, Mainframe, do you want to? I mean, if
I'm
you
more
go in
useful
without,
a gun and without my cyber tech. It's all I got is seduction, and that's not gonna get us terribly far.
well, and then that's. I mean,
And you haven't seen me in
You
a
never
dress.
know.
I guess
Well,
you don't,
can you
I
be
mean,
effective from the outside is the question, or do you need to be on the inside?
You can. You'll need to do the noise reduction to get past the jammers, but that's about it once you're in there.
Okay, well,
It's your call.
I'll go in
Do you
alone.
need
backup?
well, but if Crommy's in the kitchen and you're in the van and everybody is, I think I'm gonna be fine. We can't take weapons in. So basically, all I've got is my token, and
You're good at it, kid.
I'll tell you, I'll describe what I see in the room, and then everybody has to kind of act, you know.
I'll tell you what. Leave one of the dresses in your kit with me, and if it sounds like you need backup, I will come in. But
Okay.
we will assume that I'm starting outside. So I don't know what a dress thing, something
dress
with a
thing.
skirt.
I have several dress things.
In the bag?
She has a lot of. It's a very large bag.
All right.
It's like vacuum sealed. Like, Jesus.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I
Air
pack
out of
it
it.
before I leave the apartment, my apartment, and so I packed. I knew, I
Yeah,
packed
you pack
gala wear.
appropriately
Yeah,
for elegant wear.
you know.
So, I'm going to see if there's any way for me to get in via the second floor. And then that way, if there's trouble, well, I might be able to... if you can't bring the barrier down, or if we can't bring the barrier down in time, at least you might be able to get her up to me on the second floor, and then I could help from there.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. For the troll killers, I think there's only really 3 ways that they can get in, right? They're either guests, in which case I can spot them. They're help, in which case Cromie can spot them. Or they're going to try to like break down the door and come from somewhere else.
Which is what we do. Okay.
So how does that affect?
I think
Fine.
you stick
I'm
with your
saying,
plan.
if you're on the second floor, that could be great because you could watch for people coming
Okay.
in from that direction.
Well, so I'm going to summon Force 6 Sharky to conceal myself.
Can you bring a rope with you?
Only 3 hits.
1 net hit.
Okay, good enough. And I resist 4. Sharky appears on the astral plane in front of me. He's floating there. And I ask him to conceal me, and he waves his fins at me. And I sort of fizzle out of perception. And then I'm going to just cast Force 1, levitate on myself, put it through my ring to sustain it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to float up above the van where we are, and I'm going to use my binoculars to try to scout out sort of the second floor and the ceiling of the building. And I'm looking for any ways to get in, like including ventilation shafts or anything like that from
Okay.
the ceiling.
So go ahead and give me a perception for what you see.
6.
There's the main entrance on the front, and then at sort of the back, kind of on the side, there are 2 what appear to be emergency exits, kind of if you look around on the side of the building. As far as you can tell, like the emergency exits are like security doors, no handles on the outside sort of dealio. I guess maybe they have a handle on the outside. Fire people have to get in too. But like you don't know if they're locked or not, but you can probably assume if the upstairs is not being used for an event. And then on the roof, there are some HVAC systems of indeterminate size from where you are. Whether
Are there ways to get in on the second floor then, or
That's what I'm saying. Those are
there are
there's-
entrances on the second floor?
Yeah, it's if you think about it. So this is Seattle, so all of our roads go like this. So the building is like this. So
Okay.
these 2 doors are here and here, and then the other ones are here and here. So they're partly at ground level and then partly not at ground level. So it's like a
That makes sense.
There-
Seattle. Everything's on a hill. Your basement is also your first floor.
So there are entrances on the second floor, but they're probably locked. I don't have a way to get past the locks. Someone can help me do that.
Open the door.
Do I know what kind of locks, or am I able to sort of tell from looking at it what kind of locking system those second floor doors are?
You definitely can't.
I have no idea what kind of locks
They're
they may
door
have.
locks.
Are you asking for help in unlocking those doors?
I am asking for help in getting past the locks on those.
Right now? You need that right now?
No, not right now, but when we go in.
Oh.
You know what? Even if we're not invited, we should dress fancy, because if we're gonna sneak in, we don't want to look like a bunch of murderers. as soon as we walk in.
Except murderers are generally very well armored and survive longer.
Yeah, but
He didn't say anything about no armor, just no weapons.
yeah.
I do want to sense when, or astrally perceive when I feel like no one's really paying attention, or looks around,
and I stares into the astral plane looking for someone who might be the source of the mana barrier.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your astral perception.
My perception is... Wait, two more. My perception is 3.
This one is very clearly a ritual barrier. It has been established for a while, or probably sometime today, and whoever put it there is not present.
Oh, looks like there's not any kind of magician here. It looks like some kind of fancy pants performance thing that was put up here permanently.
It's a ward, probably. Okay, that means the only way to get rid of it is to take it down. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Let's leave it up for now.
Yeah.
You have no idea who put it there.
We know nothing.
Good,
Like,
bad.
that is not a surprise to me that we know absolutely nothing about anything.
Okay, Jon Snow.
I stab things.
Winter is not coming this time.
Literally, that is my
So-
job. I stab some things, and sometimes the bullets come out
All
of my
right,
gun.
so Elsie's planning on going in as a guest. Cromwell is in the kitchen. Mordecai, is your plan to stay on the outside?
My
or
my
what
plan
would
is to gain access to the second floor so that I can be there if I'm needed, and so that I can potentially help bring down the mana barrier if necessary.
Okay.
So he's gonna be in my van. We're gonna cruise out, and I'm gonna see if I can't get those windows unlocked digitally.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna need a little help from the kitchen.
Go ahead. Right now, there's noise to get into the house, so you would need to do noise reduction for
Right.
that first.
I will do that.
Maybe there's not. Like, 6.
You are very successful at the noise reduction, so you are have no more penalty.
That is a great thing. So I would like to. I assume I see this boring government host again.
Yes, it's the same house.
Same host, and there's no icons or anything for those windows right now. I'd have to enter the host.
Yeah.
I need to probably need to. Has time passed? Are we?
You didn't reboot, so your mark's still on the
Great.
host.
I enter the host, and I look around through this boring government gymnasium looking for
There's
locks on
just
the
this
windows.
big, like, exit, and you see, like, clearly those are the icons for the doors.
I think I might have found them. Give me a minute. I would like to open them.
Yep.
Is that you want control device?
Yes, if you would like to open them, in order to do that, you have your 1 mark already, so you can just do it afterwards.
That was not great. That was a 2.
I really hope it's hers.
2 hits? No, the door is, like, locked.
Yes.
Do we want to let people in?
Yeah, do we...
You said you wanted access.
I want access, but we also want to keep bad people out. So
then go
it's
in
just
now.
when we need
We
it.
are the bad people.
No, we're the good
We'll assume that it's probably about 2 p.m. now.
You
So
have
the
to be more
security is
specific.
getting set up, or like, well, it's probably more like 4 p.m. So we're probably about 4 hours away from the event.
Can you get control so that we open it when we need it?
No, I'm gonna have to log out at some point. I can't stay on the host for 5 hours. That would be very bad. So
Yeah, every 15 minutes your OS goes up.
if
so.
you want to be in now, I can get you in, or I'm going to log out.
Log
And
out.
No, let's wait till the event.
All right. Well, that was very exciting for everybody. Yes, the doors are digitally controlled, and I am logging out of the Matrix.
Perfect. Fang, what's your plan?
So I just realized part of our job is to know who's doing this. We did not let Miss J know. I'm gonna ring a ding ding Miss J.
Oh, that will be a conversation.
Good afternoon, Fang. Are you ready for this evening?
Yeah. Just to let you know, we figured out who is probably gonna try to murder Miss Josephine. Probably.
I assume you're also prepared to prevent that from
yeah.
happening.
Yeah, but I just wanted to let you know who it is.
you.
In case we all die, now you know
Okay.
who to blame.
Great. Appreciate it.
The Troll Killer Gang. I could say that. Troll Killer Gang.
The Troll Killer Gang?
Yeah.
Yes. Certainly.
Yeah, so
That makes perfect sense. It's very
that makes
plausible.
sense, right? So here's my question. And you are very experienced with everything, so that's why I'm asking you.
Sure.
Should we alert Eagle Within?
I do not know who you are talking about, Fang.
The Eagle Security Company.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't know who Eagle Within is.
Should Fang really be the one contacting Miss J on our behalf.
Your discretion has been advised. We know that there is a likelihood of a threat. I'm assuming your research suggests that likelihood is highly
grenades.
probable. That being said, grenades. Interesting.
Yeah, we're on
that
top
being
of it.
said, discretion is one of the keys to this. So while alerting them at some point may be important, again, unless you know for certain that they can be trusted, your responsibility is to ensure Miss Jugashvili's security.
Great. I like you. Let's hang out. Let's get coffee sometime.
I will take a look at my schedule.
Great. I'm looking for mentors because I just lost one, I guess.
Okay, good. I have to go.
Okay.
Thank you for keeping me informed.
At this point, like, I have my hair in the curling iron, and I'm like,
Yeah, because
did you just talk to Mrs. J?
Yeah, let them know. It's fine. It's fine, guys. Miss
Not
J-
everyone who is old is married. I just want to point that out.
I see a person over 30, and I say Mrs.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna check out the stage.
Yeah.
All right, so Fang, do you have a plan for what you're going to be doing?
Currently it is not a plan. There will be one in a couple
that's
hours.
it. That's all you need. Great. So we'll see. You can each do one more thing, and then it will be 7 p.m. and the event will be beginning.
All right.
The doors will be opening.
Cromwell wants to find some bottles of water or probably glasses for an event like this.
Yes.
Fill them up, and he's going to take them up to the stage as a reason to be near it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to look around, like he wants to try to get a look under the stage or around for anything that looks suspicious, like planted explosives or anything that seems like it's been set up, or maybe people around the stage who don't look like they belong, unlike myself.
So you go ahead and roll me a perception while you're up there.
Do it.
One it.
You don't notice anything particularly out of the ordinary. It seems like there's a curtain for the back, and there's the podium, and it's all set up, and you can like place your pitcher of water and some glasses next to it. The tables are very well set. You notice the etiquette on them is excellent. You know, they have multiple forks. Definitely more than there will be courses.
Nice.
But you don't spy anything that would make you uncomfortable.
And under the stage, does it look like it's a...
Not that you can like it's like a raised platform, you know, it's like maybe half a meter off the ground.
Right, I'll try to peek under the curtain to see if there's anything there.
Not that you noticed.
All right. Stage looks clear as far as I can tell. I've got a micro transceiver now. I says that completely silently.
Ooh.
What?
All right.
I can speak to you with
Elsie,
my throat.
do you have anything that you want to do before arrival?
Nope.
All right.
No. I mean, just kind of, I guess I will prepare a perception. I want to, when I'm arriving to the
Okay,
event,
we'll
I just want to,
Go into that when you're there. Fang, anything you're doing beforehand?
I slick my hair back and try to look presentable.
Great. Mordecai.
I'm just gonna cast increase agility through my foci so I can have that ready to go.
Mainframe.
I would like to snoop.
Snoop on what?
I would like to see if there's any conversations in the general vicinity of the host or the building that are illicit.
Okay. Give me a matrix perception
Yeah.
to see if you can identify illicit conversations to
people
then snoop on.
Wait,
Okay.
Like sexual? No, I mean they're not supposed to be doing it.
Oh, okay.
There are just a lot. Like you are in the middle of downtown. You hear someone talking about an affair, and then like someone talking about an illegitimate child, and then you hear
illicit.
multiple slurs. People talking about drugs.
Hatred. I'm looking for hatred and blowing
There is
things up.
plenty of it.
Nothing.
Nothing that stands
I
out.
can't snoop in the host for anything interesting.
No. Oh, that's a very generic request.
It's very specific. I want to see if people who
There
are not
are
supposed to be there are talking to
A
each
lot
other.
of people who dislike each other conversing that you can tell.
Welcome to the sixth world, chummers.
People hate people.
All right, so the event begins. You know from the schedule that between 7 and 7:30 the doors will be open and people will be arriving, and then the dinner begins at 7:30. ish. You know, these things are never on time, and Mr. Gushvili is scheduled to speak to the attendees at 8 p.m.
And remember, whatever this is, it's going down during the speech, so we don't have much time.
An hour.
So we're gonna, because time moves weirdly in the Sixth World, we're gonna kind of break it down into chunks. So for about every 15 minutes, I'll have you guys have a couple, like 2 or 3 different actions that you can choose to do, and so I'll kind of mark the passage of time as things are going on. So if we are here, we have 2 entrances. There are 2 security officers at each that are doing the sweeps or the searches as you come into the event to let you in. That's sort of so you can start with whichever one you choose to begin at.
Ooh.
This one or this one?
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm wearing a very tasteful dress, but with a full skirt, so I can move in it. A little bit older style than would be expected. Definitely not a kid's dress.
It's not like a poofy pinafore. It's like prom dress with a giant bow on it.
No, I definitely am coming across older than.
I am glad you are very, very tasteful. All right, so you enter. They are going to ask to see your sin as well as your invitation. So go ahead and roll your sin rating.
Okay.
And that's, tell me how many hits you get.
1.
Okay.
I would like to spend some edge and re-roll.
You can do that. They're gonna kind of look at you and then be like, I'm sorry, your invitation seems to check out, but we're having some trouble with your sin, ma'am.
Oh.
It seems to be kind of slow in the system. You know, we've been having some problems.
I'm so sorry. I can't imagine what would be the problem.
Do you? I'm right now. We're not going to be able to let you in.
Oh.
It looks like.
Oh. Well, I mean, can you just try to run it again? I'm sure. Surely there's some misunderstanding.
Go ahead and give me a negotiation.
Negotiate with a weapon. It'll work well.
Well, you know, it's probably just our system. You know, things seem to be running kind of slow right now. So go ahead and roll your sin rating again.
Okay.
Well, it just came up as I'm very sorry, but we are not going to let you able to let you into this event, ma'am. I suggest you go talk to someone about that. And they kind of like seem to very visibly become more defensive than they were before.
Okay. I walk away from security and I say into my comm, so I just struck out with security. Crommy, is there any way you can let me in through a back door?
I can try, but there's only 2 entrances and they're both guarded. Unless you want to try for the 2nd floor.
It's okay, kid. We'll pick it up.
But at this point, we might as well get you all in if that's our strategy.
Well, nuts.
Let's all go through the 2nd floor. You can go to the actual party. I'm not party proof because for some reason I'm full of metal.
If we can get in on the 2nd floor and if we can just make sure we get past any security forces there, you can sneak downstairs and still keep an eye on
Sounds good.
stuff.
I'll come to you.
You might want to change your dress. That one's a little memorable.
All right.
Disappointing. All right, so are you guys getting gussied up and going in, or is it just going to be the 3 of you?
I don't think Mordecai can get in.
I think I still need to open the doors for them.
Okay. You're
On the
gonna say
second floor, I can
matrix.
get in.
That's what we're
But
saying.
that's
We're gonna sneak in through the second floor.
well.
So the mana barrier is not
Just on
a,
the on the
it's
first
not
floor.
a dome. It's just
It's
It's a ward.
it's on the walls, but I just kind of flat box.
So can I?
Yeah, it's a mana barrier, so it's not a physical barrier. It doesn't prevent a physical body going through.
It's
It prevents like people
specifically
casting
me.
spells through
Right.
or spirits from going through.
Do you need me? It's probably better if I stay here in case.
Yeah, I agree.
And Mordecai, can you do the sparkly thing and I can go open the door?
Sure.
The sparkly. One day I will be sparkly. It's good.
You actually technically
Elsie
always
takes out
are.
glitter and just goes.
Our intuition goes up by 4.
Thank
That
you, I
would make us
appreciate
so
that.
pretty. I'm pretty princess. Meanwhile, I'm changing into my other fancy dress that I don't like as well.
No, it's definitely not as fast.
Fit quite the like.
So, where are we currently? Where's the van currently parked? Are we? That's
Close
we're
enough that
about-
I
Like
can
a
get
block away.
There's no way we'd be right in front of it. We have to be probably. We were gonna have to pay for parking.
Yeah.
Seattle.
You're in a parking garage, probably.
I'm floating back up again. I'm scouting out with my binoculars. I want to see if there's like anyone down around there. If we basically, will we be noticed if we try going?
There
around?
are some sort of like security patrols around the outside of the building. There kind of seem to be 2 rotating pairs that are going around.
So there's
That's about it.
security up there. I can get Sharky to conceal all of us, and we can try to sneak in.
Okay.
Yep.
We could try to sneak
Why
in.
not?
I tried to put a mark on the host because I rebooted to make
Yep.
sure I was numb, and I got 5 hits.
Okay.
This is like Plan C.
That's usually where we start, right around Plan
Yeah,
C.
Plan C.
Good. You have
saying.
marked the host.
Excellent.
Try not to divert security from actual.
Yeah, that's our goal. Not to stop security from doing their job.
Which door do you want?
So we assume at the above layer, there's the main entrance doors here, and then like kind of middle side, there are 2
Emergency.
emergency
You
exits.
here?
On the second floor, there's the. Let's go for one of the whichever one seems like it's got the most cover. So
They're the
that's-
same. They're both probably on the
They're probably
sidewalk.
about the same. Yeah.
So the rotating, we can see them both. The pairs rotating.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to be going around the building. They're sort of doing standard security sweeps, nothing particularly unusual looking.
Oh.
I'm gonna control the device and open.
Is the alarm still gonna be on? Because it's an emergency exit, right? So when you push open one of those, they go wooga, wooga get.
Yeah, I'm turning that part off, so
Oh.
it's just disabled. It's just a
Oh,
door that's not.
okay.
And now I've lost my count. 1, 2, 3,
Sorry.
4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits. I'm not even sure. Can I do that? Actually, my limit, I think, on control device is 5. So
Don't roll more.
You succeed. Did you just tell me not to roll?
Yeah, I did. Did it work?
No,
Great.
it didn't, but you
Alright.
do succeed. You have control over the doors.
I would like. I am ready to open it when you are.
All right. Force 6 summon.
Oh.
3. Nope.
Nope.
How many hits was it? Because I have to resist.
3.
Well,
I
he.
resist the drain. always.
Chucky's like, up yours, Mordecai.
I'm like,
You did this
Come on,
already
Sharky.
once today. Or this week.
I'm like, all right. I'll ask nicely, Sharky. We try again. This time I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So that
Your net
probably.
hits are 3.
All right, that's more like it. I say, I'm very sorry for bothering you, Sharky. I really appreciate everything you do for me.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Who's going in? Who's
us
turning?
3.
Us 3. All right. If you would be so kind as to conceal the 3 of us.
And you are concealed.
Your Sharky's mean.
Smells like fish for some reason.
hungover?
Yeah, Sharky must have been partying in the astral plane.
Sharky was at his own gala.
You both have changed a lot this last month.
Yeah.
We're all evolving.
Can I do something before we actually enter the building?
Yeah.
Can I use my law enforcement tactics to be like, what is the best time to enter? Right after they leave, or like when to time it right? Because I once did security back in the day. Yeah, that's a glitch.
Oh my god. You have no
Our
idea.
dice are cursed.
You probably
our dice are
actually
cursed, guys.
the best time. Was that a critical glitch or just a
No, it was just a regular glitch.
regular glitch? So how many hits did you have?
One.
The best time is probably not when they're next to it.
Oh yeah, guys, we should wait until they go around the corner.
Huh.
That's,
Smart thinking.
Yeah, I just wanted to help you out there. But we gotta be quiet.
Okay.
All right.
So
So we're going to try
very
to time
quiet.
our sneaking into the pattern that I've
Yep.
observed, and
So you kind of sneak in. You go over. You notice like they appear not to be there. You probably have about a minute as you get up to the door before they're going to be rounding the corner. And just to the door is open. It like
and
open.
I'm perceiving
as you go inside.
while I go in looking for any sort of traps or
Yep.
anything that could.
What? It's like that's happened in the past. One hit. The room is dark. There are no lights on.
I have thermographic vision.
It's there are no lights on in the room. It's an empty like ballroom. There's like a lone grand piano in the room.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Can I perceive to see if there's like a coat closet we can hide in, or like?
So you all enter the upstairs. Do you close the door behind you?
Yes.
yes, we close the door behind us.
And we tell Mainframe we're in.
You want me to lock it?
Yeah.
Great.
Well-
so do I?
Maybe. Well, we don't want to.
It's an emergency exit. So
That's true.
Like,
Good
you see
point.
the
Okay.
glowing green exit sign above it.
Yeah. We could. So.
Good. Yes, lock it behind us.
I would like. Okay. Do I need to re-roll for control device? Great.
So I got 2 for perceiving a good coat closet to hide into. I rolled really well there.
As far as you can tell, the door is locked.
Great. I would like to take a peek at the camera.
I don't like the way
As
that
far
was
as you can
phrased
tell.
at all.
Don't make faces at the camera. You know you.
Camera loves it.
I would like to look at the cameras to see if anything is going weird.
Yeah. Go
As long
ahead.
as I'm in the host.
Okay, so we will say it is now about 7:15.
So
Did I find a coat closet with a perception roll of 2 to hide into?
Yeah, there's like storage rooms you could go hide.
I hide in the storage room. Does anyone join me, or is it?
perception.
Yeah.
Great.
You find cameras. If you want to look at the feeds, they look. Nothing unusual seems to be happening. You see, if you're looking at the event, you see these security guards in here. There's people kind of starting to mill about in this area. You also notice that there are 2 security guards that are kind of monitoring this hallway area.
All right. The back hall's covered, so be careful if you're back there.
I'm gonna change this guy's color.
Yes, please.
And I just want to astrally perceive on the second floor to see if there's anyone else with
On the
us.
floor with you?
On the floor
Yeah.
with us. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
There are currently there's no one else on the floor with you right now.
Looks like we're alone up here.
Okay, good. Gonna hide in the coat closet until I get a look around downstairs. But you might be able to just go downstairs. Or do you?
Yeah, if you
Are
wanted
those-
to sneak downstairs, I can lift
Am I
Sharky's
still-
concealment off of you.
But maybe it's good to conceal until she's actually like out on the
I
floor.
want to get past that security guard. Maybe, and then once I get into the women's bathroom, maybe.
Well, the question for the GM then is whether a spirit's concealment ability can cross a mana barrier or not.
I don't think it can.
Okay.
Then.
Yeah.
Are those security guards on a rotation?
No, they appear to just kind of be there, like watching the hallway, and as well as what Mainframe communicated to you. They look around themselves, but nothing. Like they're not moving. They're definitely posted.
Sorry, kid. I can't keep you hidden once you leave this floor.
I mean, I can try to sneak past one. I sneak pretty good. Not as
You
good as
could
Crummy.
you could just say you got lost up here. I mean, once you're
They run
up here.
Sin.
Well, are the guards that are down there at entrances, or are they?
Those are the
'cause they're-
stairs to the second floor. So
Because they're just patrolling the stairs. They aren't. It's my understanding anyway. Please, someone tell me if I'm wrong about this. But it doesn't seem like they're actually badging people in at the front, right?
Do you like a distraction?
That's Fang's job.
A different kind, not a Fang sort of distraction, a culinary sort of distraction.
Oh.
Oh, I like this espionage edge. Yes, Fang would like a culinary. She has not eaten since 2 p.m.
It's not for you, Fang, it's for the guard.
Culinary.
A culinary distraction.
All right.
It's a different kind.
Very much worse.
I would like to put together a plate. I'd like to pick up a plate. I assume there's appetizers that are being distributed. Things like that. I'll put a couple of things on a tray. And I goes up stage left. And I communicates, I think it's
Towards yellow or towards green?
towards green.
Okay.
Whatever
Right
looks
to me.
easiest. I'll mix my way up with the food. Just pretty openly. And I says to the guard, I was told to bring some food up to you.
They're gonna look very confused. Like, thank you?
Holds it out, and I trips, and I drops it all over.
The guard.
No, just on the floor, like, really, I'm so
Go
sorry.
get something to clean that up.
Oh no, I've got more on myself. I'm
While
in so
this
much
is happening,
trouble.
while I'm
for it,
concealed,
kid.
I want to like sneak past and like down kind of the stairs. Just like not
You're no longer there.
Like behind him.
So you're trying to go down this set of stairs?
yes.
Okay, so
And,
you'll kind of feel the shimmers leave you right as you exit the stairs.
right. Perfect. And then I just sneak the rest of the way down.
All right, give me your sneaking. I'm gonna see how distracted he is.
This is your time.
This is
I'm so sorry.
my dice are
Please don't
pissed.
tell Miss Jugishavili about this.
Just go get something to clean it
all
up.
right.
Why are you so bad at? Why is this so hard for you?
3.
3. So you sort of.
Can you add extra dice because it's a distraction?
I'm just looking at my map. Oh, it's so convenient for you. I'm assuming you knew this was the women's restroom.
I did know that.
So you realize
What's
very
that?
quickly that you can't sneak past him. So you manage to stealth your way into the women's restroom.
Yes.
So you are
Everything awesome happens in the bathroom.
Operation headquarters established.
you are successfully in the bathroom. Okay, Mordecai, are you continuing to kind of observe astrally around you?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me an astral perception.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You notice that there are 2 individuals have entered this floor from the opposite entrance that you came
The
in.
second floor?
Yes.
We've got 2 intruders on this on the
second
opposite entrance from the one we went in.
Mainframe, what are you doing in the host right now?
I was looking at the cameras.
Great,
So,
give me a perception.
normal matrix perception, yes?
Yeah.
5.
So you realize as you're looking at the feeds on the camera, specifically at these 2 doors, like this hallway, you did not see anything that happened with Cromwell.
Holy. You guys, these camera feeds are fakes.
What?
The security something is going on in those back hallways.
Okay.
These security cameras.
Crummy, do you have eyes on the hallway?
I do. I says to my micro transceiver, should I alert the eagle?
The eagle might be behind it. They probably control the cameras.
Well, are the security guards reacting? Like, do we see these people? Mordecai, where are those intruders?
Does he
at?
seem nervous at all?
Give me a sense of an intuition and logic.
Judge intentions?
Yes, judge intentions, thank you.
3 hits.
Nice.
He seems mostly frustrated right now that you are here and he doesn't want you to be here. And he's kind of like he's very insistent about getting you to leave.
I think he's in on it. He wants me out of here, even though it's just a hallway.
The good news about the cameras being fixed is that no one else can see what's going on down there. So those guys are your only obstacles, theoretically.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna keep making my way into the ballroom to try to get eyes on Jugashvili. No.
Jugashvili?
Yes.
Jugashvili.
Every time you come up with a hero, there's some kind of a difficulty. That you...
I did not come up with this name. This one came from the Seattle source book, so.
Okay.
Guys.
Should I try to, those two people, do I see them on the Matrix at all? Or the two people that came in on the second floor?
You can't, not from inside the host, no.
Okay, so that's at the host.
Yeah, you do not see anything from inside the host.
Guys, I'm going to try to I'm going to try to keep these two people from doing what they're planning, whatever it is they're planning on doing, without getting caught. So staying concealed, and we're in low light. I'm going to try to sneak basically to a point where I can see them without them seeing me.
Okay, go ahead and give me your sneaking.
Sneaking.
Do you want backup?
Not just yet.
Okay.
I'm using an edge and re-rolling. I've got one hit out of all 12 dice. So.
Hey, you have 3 edge that you are sitting on.
I-
So you know, the chat room really wants you to do
Right,
stuff,
I'm
and they
following
are loading you up with edge for this.
Good, I'm following Mordecai, because those baddies, I'm assuming, need to be stabbed.
Let me take a shot at
Fine,
stealth first, please.
Okay, fine. Go quietly
4
along.
hits.
Okay, so you manage to kind of sneak in. They're coming from the opposite direction, so you kind of like loop around behind them. You realize, like, as you step into the room, it's large and sort of echoey, but you sort of duck behind the lonely grand piano that is sitting in this empty hall space.
Oh, on the second floor.
You're on the second
Okay,
floor right now. And Fang, you're like
I'm gonna...
right behind them, but they do not seem to notice. They seem to be kind of crossing and heading in. Actually, they are not crossing. They're heading in this direction.
Looking at them, can I see, or actually astrally perceiving them, do either of them seem like either more dangerous, like more awakened, or?
No, they seem pretty normal,
Okay.
human, metahuman.
I'm going to cast influence on one of them and make him think he really has to go to the bathroom really, really badly.
So mean.
And I'm gonna do force 6.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, that's the way to go.
So, if you, like, critical glitch this, does that just mean you think you have to go to the bathroom?
Oh yeah.
I only got 1 hit.
Nothing. They do not seem to be deterred by their actions. Like, he stops for a moment and then continues on. Cromwell.
I said, I looked startled, and I looked right at the guard, and I says, someone's ear is not supposed to be. And the cameras are all fake too.
What are you talking about?
Someone's in the building who's not supposed to be here.
That can't be right. I would know. Why do you know?
Why are you telling them? Because we're not supposed to be in the building.
I say,
How do you know?
into my comm, I say, Crommy, tell him you're a technomancer.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
It's smart. It's smart. Do it. Just go with your instincts.
I'm a technomancer.
Roll a con.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh.
The guard seems confused and doesn't really believe you, and he's like, "Are you not supposed to be here?" And he seems to be reaching for his gun.
I says, of course I'm supposed to be here. I've got a badge. Listen, there's...
Then I suggest you go back to what you're supposed to be doing, and I will take care of security.
Are you telling me that because there's intruders here in a place known to be under attack, you're not going to investigate?
Right now, you're the suspicious one. You came back here to deliver food to a security officer that's not in your job description. We were already given food earlier today.
You're right. You're the security expert, not me. I'll just back
So
down.
if anyone is suspicious right now, it would be the person trying to convince me that there are interlopers.
I was just trying to help, but I sees it's a prejudice thing again. I'm going back down. And I back down the stairs around the corner, and then I sneak back to see what he does. I hide.
Jesus Christ.
The first time I feel like I can hide.
Okay, so like you get through the door and then you're gonna hide somewhere in that stairwell before you get to the first set of doors.
Is there anywhere that's even remotely...
I mean, there are two like sets of doors. Like you can like get below them and hope that no one needs to go to the bathroom between now and when you're sneaking back.
I'll tell you what, I go through the doors,
Okay.
and then I astrally perceive and I watch what he does.
Okay. And you're gonna kind of stand there with like a tray of your empty tray of hors d'oeuvres, so like you're like completely spaced out.
I hold it as if I'm holding it for people to put their glasses and...
Clever.
We're all like, oh.
Clever.
That's why I'm the butler.
All right, let's go back up to so he seems to, from your perception, you just see him, he kind of seems to turn around and like stay in that area. He hasn't done anything in particular that you can tell from the astral plane.
I want to take another shot at this influence. I rolled really bad.
It's like a -2 to your dice
I do
pool.
communicate all of that to you.
Yeah.
That I told him and he didn't react. He's not doing anything about what I told him.
2 hits versus...
They do not say willpower and logic, I assume.
yeah.
They do not seem deterred. They continue walking down the stairs.
Can I quickly?
Bang! What do you do?
Can I quickly do a perception to see what they look like?
Yeah,
1 hit.
they look like people. They look like humans. They are clearly armed.
Great! I'm gonna run at them and try to stab.
Perfect. Yeah.
Like, do I get sneak attack dice?
No, you're not a rogue. This is not D&D.
But aha! I'm in the dark.
You
behind
do,
the piano.
however, have a lot of edge to use.
Can I blitz?
Yes, you can.
What is that?
I mean, instead of 3 d6, I use 5.
With an edge. That's an edge, right?
Yeah, she is spending one of her donated edge from the chat room to add more dice to her pool to more effectively stab these people.
Should I roll initiative as well, or...?
We'll see how the stabbing goes.
Right.
Wow, I rolled really bad. Sorry, chat.
Do you want to spend another edge?
I don't think I can double blitz. I don't.
You not to blitz, but to re-roll your misses.
All of them?
Just your misses.
Well, no.
Well, it's not-
This is
it's
the number
initiative.
initiative.
Oh, why are you rolling initiative? Just roll me your attack.
Ooh!
So
Use the edge. For the
I didn't realize that we were already into combat. Or like,
you're surprising them. You have like your sneak. So I will see if they were aware of your attack, and then if not, you get a surprise.
can I call a shot to try to stab them in the head?
Yes, you can.
So,
Wow.
And can,
Let's figure out, Claudia. What is Fang doing right now?
I'm so
Fang is halfway across the room. She's over here. They're over here. You're gonna like run up to them. You're gonna draw your wolf blade. You're gonna call your shot to stab them in the head.
Yeah.
While also spending edge
to re-roll miss.
re-roll your misses.
Okay.
But-
Can I cinematography
I
this
think
shit?
you can also add, if you wanted to use 2 pieces of the edge that they gave you,
I do.
to add dice to your pool.
Yeah, I would like to stab this guy directly in the head.
we can resolve this afterwards, but while I'm going to use this brief moment where I can clearly tell that she's doing something insane to cast increased reflexes on myself, so I'm ready to go into battle, which I'm pretty sure is what's coming.
Yeah, great.
Okay, I'm gonna cinematography this. Pulling out the blade, super slowly. It's half light, so you can kind of see through an open window. The shade, they're creepy crawling through the shadows, and then Fang is just like, and then she switches the blade around so it's pointy, and he goes head, and it stabs because you gotta call a
Yells
shot.
heads.
Yeah, you gotta.
Heads up!
Yeah. Yeah. So I got 4 hits I'm gonna re-roll the non-hits because I used that point of edge.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave the glitch there because that seems like that's what I have to do. And I got 6.
Six hits.
6 hits.
So you're they like turn around as you're shouting heads. Have a moment of like sheer confusion and horror on their face as this wolf blade is like driving at their forehead. And they manage to like just barely like make it slightly not as bad, but your net hits are still 4.
Great. I'm too excited. I didn't expect to stab so soon. My heart hurts. 13 piercing.
My heart
minus
hurts.
3.
13 piercing minus 3.
Because katanas stab.
Oh yeah, that's not as many dice as I'd like
No.
to be rolling.
No.
They are still conscious.
How?
But you just like slice through and kind of angle it, and unfortunately, like you get through like a temple, and you don't completely destroy their brainstem, so they're still conscious.
Somehow.
Not happy about this.
I really hope
Rest are bad guys.
Me too.
Do I see this on
And,
camera?
If you're looking at the upstairs cameras,
Well,
yeah,
you can
you
probably
do.
see through her comlink, right? Like,
So we shall resume next week. Whether or not they were a villain. And what else is happening tonight? But before we are completely done, we have some metagame actions to resolve.
Wait, they're not bad guys?
I am not going to tell you, no matter how many times you ask me in the next week.
I have a week of guilt now.
Yeah, you may or may not feel bad about that in
Wow.
7 days.
They were humans, which probably
They were
means
humans. They were humans.
They have like TD tattoos.
I don't know. It was dark.
Tattoos.
I'm taking these
so
away.
careful.
Yes.
He can't use these.
I've
Actually,
been
my dice
rolling.
were rolling really well.
I've
So
been rolling really poorly.
We're gonna play a quick video and come right back to do the rolling for Corporate Wars. So stick around, watch this video, and we'll be right back.
What is the video of?
Okay, so I just sit here and talk to you, and this thing is recording everything I say? Right, okay. So, my name is Mordecai, and I'm a magician. Licensed magician. Perfectly legal, registered, metahuman, dwarf magician. Okay. So your viewers want to know about the astral world. Well, I guess if I were to describe it, I'd say, okay, if you've ever gone swimming in a radioactive lake and you open your eyes underwater, all of the fish and plant life are glowing a bright green, but everything else is dark and blurry and out of focus, and well, that's kind of what it's like to see the astral world. Well, I mean, you're not really seeing it, well, not with your eyes anyway, but it's like seeing, kind of. When I perceive the astral world, the regular world starts to fade into the background, and I can make out the auras of living things, as well as less tangible stuff like emotions, health and sickness, and magic. Well, now magic, that stuff shows up on the astral plane. We see most auras are just like reflections or shadows cast from the real world and kind of have a dull glow to them. But magic, it actually exists on the astral plane and is bright and rigid and gleaming like polished quartz. All things magical, from spells to foci, have astral forms that are pretty hard to miss. When it comes to mundane people in electronics, I'm pretty good at hiding myself with magic, but make no mistake, once I've cast spells on myself or activated my foci, well, then the jig is up to anyone who's astrally perceiving in my direction. Now, it's not something most people can do, so I'm pretty good at slipping by unnoticed most places, but it's a risk I take whenever I do infiltration jobs. The astral world also has stuff on it that doesn't normally exist in the regular world, which can mean a few things. Well, but usually we're talking about spirits. nobody actually knows where the spirits come from, and if they tell you they do, they're definitely lying. Of course, most people never even notice spirits, because spirits are in the astral world, and they tend to like staying there, and well, things that are strictly in the meat world don't affect things that are strictly in the astral world, and vice versa. A spirit could be passing through you right now on the astral plane, and all you would feel is a tingling in your spine, or maybe a brief chill run through you, and well, odds are you wouldn't even notice it if you weren't paying attention for it. But the moment a magical meat creature like yours truly starts perceiving the astral world, well, I become what's called dual-natured, which means I can now both hurt and be hurt by things in the astral world, so yeah, it can be dangerous. Well, and spirits likewise can materialize in order to do damage in the real world, but when they do, they too become vulnerable to things in our world, so they don't tend to do it, well, unless they've been magically conjured and ordered to. Now, if I'm feeling particularly adventurous, I can push all the way through and project my mind into astral space and leave my physical body behind. Now, this isn't something just anyone can do. I mean, other metahumans can perceive the astral world if they're awakened and have the right abilities, but only full-fledged magicians like myself can astrally project. My body goes unconscious when I project, but my mind can move anywhere and just about as fast as I can think of where I want to go. I won't lie, it's pretty sweet. Except there's not an awful lot I can actually do while I'm there other than, well, you know, sniff around at other people's auras and maybe take a blurry look at the physical world. It's like I said, stuff in the astral plane doesn't get to affect stuff in the regular world and vice versa. Well, I mean, I can sort of manifest myself like a ghost if I concentrate hard enough, just so that people can see me and hear me, but that's about it. None of my spells work on stuff that isn't at least partially in the astral plane with me. It's dangerous to be projecting on the astral plane too, because, well, I could get trapped away from my body. Well, I mean, it's not like being confined to my particular body is all that exciting, but it's the only one I've got, and I'm scared to think of what would happen if I couldn't find it again. And anyway, I've probably said too much at this point, but those are the basics of the astral world. If you've got a job for me, let my fixer know. I am very affordable and results are guaranteed. Am I done here?
Welcome back. This is the
Hey! Peanut Gallery.
I fell.
Peanut Gallery.
What is this?
And Joe.
Joe's fixing stuff.
This is the part of the show where we roll more dice and they get to watch. It's kind of a role reversal thing. But this is Corporate
Was
Wars.
that meant to be a pun?
This is where...
Oh, roll has two L's.
Of course it was meant to be a pun.
Alright, yeah, let's go.
Zach really wants to roll dice, so we'll dive right in. This is Corporate Wars, where we figure out how all the actions that you guys took play out. So first we've got Ares did research and development in their shipping department. That's 2d6 to see how well they did.
Alright, Ares.
They did not increase...
Oh, started off great!
They did not increase their roll, so that is -2 levels to reduce it.
Nice.
Zach, of course, rolled Snake Eyes.
Zach Eyes.
Really
Starting things off
squinted
really
Snake
well.
Eyes,
This
but-
is...
I'd like to point out to the chat room, I have hidden my dice.
So that is...
Out of Zach's reach.
Wait, I really enjoy that we can read the chat now. Hi, chat.
Now we're cooking.
Right, so roll that twice. That's just given to me. That's 8, 16, 24, 22, excuse me. 22, -22%.
Oh my god.
And that's why you're supposed to pay for the Shadowrunners to roll.
I was rolling great
So,
today, guys.
that was
what's the
2,
height of-
and then -22% to their shipping research However, that was also espionaged, so we don't calculate that on camera because it would reveal whose espionage it was. And I'll have to look at what happens when there's a catastrophic failure and you espionage. Maybe not so positive in your favor. We'll see. But next up, Renraku's robotics division also did R&D. Roll 2 6-sided dice. That's a pretty good roll. It's a 10. They did not improve it. So it is a normal roll to increase at level 6. 2d6. Roll that again. 11. This is what
You're
happens when you
welcome,
roll my
Renraku.
dice. So they get an 11% increase to their robotics division.
Yeah.
Nice.
Robots are cool.
And Raku.
Seder Krupp did research and development in heavy industry.
What is heavy? It's things that weigh a lot.
8.
Oh.
So that is a normal roll to increase at level 8. That means 2d4. Yep.
So large bowling balls is what they're making.
Yeah.
For a 3%
Bowling
increase.
balls for days.
Good enough. Good enough.
Just
I
like
keep
the
forgetting
runners.
I'm supposed to be writing down these numbers too.
This is which company?
That was Seder Krupp. Heavy
Seder
industry.
Krupp.
Heavy industry.
Indeed. Wuxing is energy research. That's 2d6 plus 2. They paid for extra bonuses.
Smart move.
Dice.
Smart move, Zach rolling. 9, making it an 11, which means that they increase it at level 2, 2d20. There's those.
Can you buy Edge for the Corpse?
For a total of 24% increase.
Damn, getting that energy, yo.
Yeah, but it's because it's percentage based, they're still only getting a couple billion.
Only a couple billion, yo.
It's Nuyen, it's not worth
Could
it.
I use a couple? Can I have?
Wait,
And last for R&D, we have Evo's Cybernetics. That's another 2d6 plus 2 because they also paid for additional bonuses. 9 plus 2 is 11, so we roll
That's
at
Cromwell's
one level lower.
door smashing skills
and they
paying off
are
for Evo.
5,
But what are they researching?
So 3d6.
Cybernetic limbs.
Oh yeah, nice.
The flex system, I believe.
cybernetic limbs.
10.
10% increase there. That's not bad. All right, and now we're on to
Aries, you're welcome for that negative 22% drop.
Is that the only one that dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that sucks.
but
Joe's.
now we get to the attack phase.
Wait, who'd you just roll
Where
for?
No, you didn't see that? Negative
Everyone.
22 for Aries.
Fuck!
Should have told them to get one of us to roll.
Yeah, I rolled great today.
I did not.
Me, not so
So
much.
now we're in the attack phase where it's all negatives. Renraku Robotics was attacked. And I won't say by who. You have to do research to find that out.
We're being attacked.
So you had an 11% increase. Let's see if I can switch the tables and like drop that down by a lot.
That is 2d6
10.
for a 10, which means we roll at level. They are level 6, so thank goodness. I thought I forgot to put that in there.
Error.
So roll another 2d6.
Robot malfunction.
8.
That is an 8% decrease to balance out that research.
So it's only a 3% increase?
Yes. Good job, math teacher.
Evo Consumer Goods was also attacked, so that's another
What?
2d6.
Boo!
Wait, of Renraku?
Are you an Evo fan now?
Yeah, they armed me as a butler and let me smash doors.
They did.
Of course I like Evo.
So 9 means that it is reduced at level. Level 5 means roll 2d8.
Oh.
I'm just watching Zach roll all of these dice onto Lauren's map and thinking of the many
9%
ways
decrease.
that we're going to die next week.
You're probably not gonna die.
It's fine, guys. I can stab things.
She might.
I
You know what,
stabbed
Evo? You know what, Evo? You're gonna be alright. You're gonna come back. You've got free spirits.
Given that Evo was in the lead at the beginning of today, Evo was attacked again in biotech, which they did have defense in. So this is 2d6 minus 2.
Oh, interesting. Going for a 12.
That's because Cromwell was in the door factory when they attacked.
Okay,
So
7.
7 minus 2 is 5. No impact at all.
Oh.
That's
good
right.
job.
Shit. And the last for the attacks is Shiwase's medicine division.
Medicine is good.
Damn it.
That attack backfires, negatively impacting the people that attacked them, but not revealing it.
Whoops.
So that was it.
Is that a whoops? Are you happy about that? Someone got screwed over.
Someone got fucked.
Zach, why do you get to? Why are you rolling?
Who did they try to
He
attack?
has the same smile I
They
do.
went after Shiawase.
They went after
Shiwase's
happiness. And happiness bit
medicine
back.
division.
Medicine.
Don't
Don't fuck with Big Pharma.
That's all for the attacks. That's all for research, and there's no espionage this. Well, there's that espionage. There's no PR campaigns this week. So all we have left is hiring the runners.
Dearest Night, you're a jerk.
And to be clear, it's too late to change your mind after.
after this.
That is true. That is true.
To clarify, this is for the next available run that they will have.
Yes.
And they will get to talk to me about when that's likely to happen.
Yes, we will coordinate with whatever corporation wins, or corporations, since two corps work together on this one as well.
Oh.
Interesting.
Clever.
So, first roll is, let's start from the bottom up. We'll go with Evo, that's 2d6. Ooh, a 9.
Yeah, go
So
Evo.
the way this works is a dice off. We roll, actually I think it's supposed to be, it's 2d6. It's supposed to be 3, I think, but we're rolling 2d6 this week.
Ian, same
I'll have to
result.
double check. Highest roll wins, flat out. If there's a tie, both get re-rolled, but only those two, and so on.
Wait, does Zach roll both rolls?
Zach rolls them all because they didn't pay for anything
They have
else.
to spend action points for you guys to roll.
I want to roll.
You better ask nicely.
Do you want some dice to roll?
Yeah,
Mitsuhama, 2d6.
All night rolling dice.
Ooh, shit.
I'll roll that too.
4.
That's a 4.
By the way, I would have gotten a 10.
Suck it, Mitsuhama! Evo!
And then Ares and Horizon worked together to not only roll this, but roll this at a +2.
Hey Joe. Hey Joe.
Can I join it? Can I
Don't
roll?
touch those
Joe.
dice.
Oh, let me kiss him. Let me kiss him. Let me kiss him.
No,
let me kiss him,
Joe.
Let me kiss him.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Ooh! Ooh, even working together with a +2.
He rolled a total of a 4, +2 is 6, which means
Evo.
God damn it, Evo.
Nice!
Yeah.
We got it.
We're gonna have a little chat.
I like fucking people over, but Evo's just. They gotta come down somehow. I'm gonna
Evo
knock them
is
off their
acceptance.
pedestal.
So, Evo Corp, I'll be in touch. Lauren and I will communicate, and then communicate with you, and we'll get a run started.
I guess the only positive outcome out of Evo winning this is the first run that the runners are going on for a corporation. If I learned anything from the Seattle Sprawl thing at ECCC, this might not go in Evo's favor.
We're really good, guys.
I just want to say, Evo hired Cromwell as a butler. Look what happened.
It's a very fair point. That's it. That's all the rolls that we've got. I believe Emily wanted us to talk about the fan art contest.
Oh yeah, there's a fan art contest. By next Wednesday, we will post at the beginning of the show all our favorite fan art during Rabbit Stew, and we will pick a winner and give away some Shadowrun stuff. Catalyst sent us a ton of Shadowrun stuff to give away. Thank you, Catalyst. And we'll continue doing as many giveaways as we can. Go watch the video on YouTube with Lauren explaining combat, and leave a comment or question in the comment section on YouTube, and we will pick another winner. Our winner this week was Toadcoder. Thank you, Toadcoder, for participating in the comment section. And coming up next is Honesty Hour with Lauren. Spring break.
Spring break!
Great.
Spring
Yep.
break.
Claudia
I
gets to take a
think
nap.
Zach hates me now, but I won't be back until next
Yeah.
week.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Guys, remember to have fun with the Corp Wars. We want to remind everybody that this is a fun way for us all to interact more with you guys and for you to interact with the show. And we encourage all of you to add as much flavor and flair to the game as possible. When you're coming up with your decisions, the more you role play it, and don't just buy PR. Buy PR with style. Don't just attack another corporation. Do it with style. Tell us how you attack them, and then on the news segment, we'll get to explain how that went down, and it'll be a lot more fun for everyone involved. That's all I got.
Yes, Claudia?
I really want to know if my subject could get her a bad guy.
And she'll find out next week at 6 p.m. Ish.
Ish.
Give us our
Next week?
donations.
team fights.
Oh,
Team fight. Oh yeah, we had a
Who
bunch.
gave us the donations? I don't have a laptop anymore. Let me try to figure.
I'm gonna go suck
That was
my dice
stolen,
around.
so
Right.
by some Shadowrunners.
we'll get to it later. We gotta get set up.
Okay,
So,
okay.
all right,
All right.
next time.
Thank you all. See you back in a few minutes. Well, he will. I won't.
I'll be on the couch.
We'll be back soon.
Bye.